gestures so I can move my mouse freely. There we go.
Objection!
Hey everybody! That's right, the gang's all here! This is pretty-pegasus-wings, the newest director of EOJ! And you'll notice I'm kinda nasal today. That's because I am recovering from a cold-turned virus infection. It's wonderful. Not really, but I am feeling a lot better, and I obviously can talk clearer than I have in the last month, so we're all happy about that. I'm happy about that. We got some nice jazz playing, we can all hear. Everything sounds good, you can hear me. First time doing something like this, so there may be technical difficulties. Alright then, if everyone thinks I sound good, let's start by introducing everybody! Who wants to go first?
Big Lord!
Go ahead, I'm gonna adjust your icon here since you're here now.
Hello there, beautiful people. If you don't know me, I'm not surprised, but I am the voice actor of Phoenix Wright, Julius Gemstone. Pleasure to see you all again. It's been so long. All my beautiful people in chat.
All these beautiful people indeed, since we're going down the line. Silver, you're up.
Anyways, hi everybody, it's Silver Feathers. How's everyone doing?
Yes, indeed. RTL of the visuals department. All things from animation to art and voice actor.
Well, I've been out of the voice acting scene for a wee little bit, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll come back for a role.
Indeed. Indeed, indeed. And last but certainly not least, James.
James!
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is James, one of the writers for this episode. I also did the OST for it as well.
Woo!
We found him in the kitchen.
Where he doesn't belong.
So, as you can see today... What?
Was he supposed to stay in the basement?
Have a kitchen in the basement?
We bring him his food. He doesn't go get it himself.
But
Anyway.
yes, as you can see today, we are doing the director's commentary for 3-5. Again, this is kind of my first time doing this. We're going to keep it relatively simple, so maybe not as many graphics as you're used to, but for the most part, all the fun effects should be here. In fact, you want to test one out now? Because I'm curious to see if I can do this.
I love them graphics.
Check this out. I learned how to do this yesterday.
And no, Akuma King, he is not dabbing, he is perfect guarding. It's from Marvel 3.
And like that,
That's a Marvel game.
it should have faded. Cool, right? Gotta love effects. Anyways, so we, as usual, we're gonna do our best to, you know, give you the commentary, all the goods, ask questions in between scenes, all that fun stuff. And we're just going to keep it relatively chill today with, you know, occasional pauses. Let's get the show started!
Previously on Elements of Justice.
Today's proceedings shall center around the collapse of Wonderbolt reservist Streamline. The hospital administered a tox screen, but the initial report came back negative.
The victim was poisoned with a substance known as
Poor Philo.
I know, the man needs a nice hot soak and a bed.
A boyfriend.
A boyfriend too, yes.
It's a very well needed recap here.
Oh yeah. Honestly, it's been a while for me too, so this is really nice.
That Rainbow Dash didn't like Streamline, but now calling Streamline a cheater. Now the whole court knows that you've been lying from the start.
Look at the defendant's face! Trust your eyes! See what they tell you! You said
Look at
that
that
no
stupid
pony
face.
knows how your client could have snuck in
Gosh, I
poison.
do love the
We
clips
know
chosen
some
for this.
pony
It's
who
so
most assuredly
impactful.
does.
The court will be given a 15-minute
Sure, turn the video up.
recess while the prosecution prepares their next witness.
Has something
Is that good
tells
for
me I'm
everyone?
going to need it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Joker the Hedgehog saying, "Man, I hate Rainbow Dash." Ugh, so true, bestie. I can't believe she did all that. Wow.
I can't believe it. The nerve of her hiding that from me. Was Rainbow even thinking?
To be fair,
Sonata?
you
No,
needed to
I
build
guess
trust with
not.
her.
Oh, hey, it's
Because
me.
apparently, I'm the only pony around here with a brain.
That's a little harsh, don't you think?
I swear to Celestia, when I see her, I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind.
Sonata, hang on.
What?
That is... I just wanted to ask about that painting again.
That...
Smooth.
Phoenix.
Smooth Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm so smooth,
Earlier,
chat.
I saw you looking at it really intensely, and you started to say something about the pony in it.
I'm scared of strong
Did
women.
I?
You said that you knew him. That he
Look
helped you
how
out a
cool
while
he
back.
looks.
He really
yeah.
does.
Jmboote really did a
That's
great
right.
job on this.
It's
Oh,
excellent.
look how
So-
cool he looks.
Who is he? Some pony you met at school?
Look, with all the stuff the man's been put through, of
School?
course he is the king of
Mr.
deflection.
Right.
You kind of
How
have to be
old
when
do you
people are
think I
coming at you
am?
with tasers and such.
I meant
It's true.
he just
That's what the
gives off
perfect
a
guard's
teacher
about.
vibe, you know?
Jarvie, your son.
Looking at him, I get the sense
It's
he's
just
kind of
your
like a mentor
son,
figure.
Jarvie.
And well,
New music
based
as well.
on how you
Oh,
briefly
yes.
spoke,
Okay, I suppose I can see
How
that.
fancy.
But no, he wasn't a teacher.
Also,
That
all the credit
is
to
Atticus.
the wonderful Cadet
Lockkeeper
VA
Atticus.
for her stellar performance.
Absolutely. Every
Yeah.
time.
But I thought
The lockkeeper is equity. That's still true. He, however, was the previous lockkeeper.
Previous lockkeeper.
previous.
Hmm.
I guess that means Lockkeeper Equity had some big horseshoes to fill. No wonder.
Oh
she
yes,
was so
Jarvie
tough.
is posting
She
all the
probably spent
OST fun
years
tracks
working
and
her way to
even
the top.
unreleased tracks on his
And now
channel. Go
she's
check
in
it
the High
out.
Council itself.
Yeah.
It's good music. You should go
Definitely
listen.
Been rather
Listen to this one in particular, like he says.
Yeah.
Sounds like some pony else I know.
But yes, the pony in this painting is the previous lawkeeper. And I didn't meet him in school, by the way. I actually met him about a year ago.
A year. Wait, hang on. That was... You were still in jail, weren't you?
I
You're
was,
still a
yes.
filthy fucking criminal.
It's funny. I haven't gotten any visitors, not after you.
Phoenix.
And I didn't expect
Hey, it's been
anybody
more
to
than
stop
10 minutes.
by.
I can swear on YouTube,
And
alright?
one day, he did.
Hey, we got to make this
A
not for
chance
kids
meeting
somehow.
behind bars. It's the
Exactly.
stuff of children's tales and
Yeah, you hear that,
make-believe.
YouTube? Don't monetize this.
Sometimes I wonder if it really did happen.
I'm doing very well,
But then
Joker
I
the
remember
Hedgehog.
what he
Thank
did.
you. I hope
What
you're
he
doing
said,
well as well, my
and how
friend.
kind he was to me.
Except for this
I didn't think I
dog
deserved
trying
it.
to eat me.
But he was kind regardless.
She munch.
If you
She do.
don't
She tried to
mind me
munch.
asking, Sonata, why did you meet him while in prison?
Ow.
Ah, well, you see,
And
Here we go.
Here
I could
comes
say the same thing.
drama.
you've got a lot of explaining to do.
What's there to explain?
Gosh dang it, now I
How
love
about
Lucy in
not
my
telling
head.
us your true relationship with Streamline?
You make it sound like she and I were close.
Close enough for you to accuse her of cheating.
That track is just so dang ominous. I love
I'm the
it.
bad guy? Is
It's
that it?
Zero Escape music.
You're
Oh, that explains
enemy to
it.
Rainbow. Do you have any
Yeah.
This is the
idea how
only
badly you've
this is the
jeopardized
only
your
Zero
entire
Escape
case?
track that we've used that isn't just like one of the visual novel ones. I think this is
What about
actually one of the
you, Sonata?
Escape the Room
What about your
sections.
lousy
I
performance?
can't mention we would pull a lot from the
Attorney
Escape the Room
icon.
sections with Zero
You didn't
Escape.
bother speaking for,
But the
like,
tracks in that game
half
are
the stupid
so
trial.
good.
And you didn't even present
really are,
any
yeah.
evidence. And no matter what that detective or Captain Spitfire said, you didn't even object. Even Fluttershy could have done something as simple as that.
Rainbow
Whoo!
Dash.
So why don't you get off your cold, moral high ground and take a hard look at yourself, huh? Because as far as
I gotta tell you
anybody can
though,
tell,
there really is
you're
no one who does
purposely
Rainbow Dash
taking
quite
my
like me
case.
script.
It's so
That's
true.
enough, you two.
Like, if there ever was, like, the fandom VA for her,
Look,
it's gotta be
Rainbow,
her.
I get why you didn't want to tell us what you accuse Streamline of being. It could easily be spun into a motive. And if that had come out, it would have made it that much harder to defend you. That's why you kept silent, isn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly why.
But Sonata's still right. You not sharing that information with us has put us in a really bad spot. Now, the scales have almost certainly been tipped in the prosecution's favor.
Nix, you're not seeing.
Don't you remember our conversation the night before Athena's trial? About trusting the attorney. Trusting them to
This is the
uncover
first
truth.
time that
Before
BOJ has been
Athena's
referenced
trial?
in the main series, actually.
Yep.
It's pretty cool stuff.
I do.
It may be side
do
content,
remember.
but it does give
It's just-
a bit more weight, you could say. Like any good side content. It doesn't, you know,
Ms.
take...
Dash.
It doesn't ask you to watch it and have required watching, but
I need
watching
you to
it makes the
clarify
experience
one
so
other
much
thing
fuller.
for me.
You
What
get more out of
Detective
it.
Reed and
Absolutely.
Captain Spitfire said
I got
about
so
you
many plans for
repeatedly
BOJ,
accessing
guys.
Streamline's locker.
It's
Was
gonna
it
be
true?
fire.
Yeah. All of it.
All of it?
Yeah. I managed to figure out Streamline's locker combo after watching her for a little bit. That's
This
how I
is
was able to
Investigations
open her
2
locker.
music.
And
It's quite
from
fortuitous
there,
that we're doing this today as
you
well,
could
because
swap out the juice
yesterday was
boxes
actually
as
the
you
15th
please.
anniversary of that game.
Rainbow.
Hey, that's
How?
awesome.
How could you do this to yourself?
Everything just lined up
This
for
means
us.
that the only
Released in
information left from our
Japan 15
investigation
years
is
ago,
reached
and we didn't
dead
get it
end.
until a couple of
It's
years ago.
useless now.
Crazy
I
stuff.
may as well forget about that particular fact.
Ah, the juice box.
We're
This is not something that actually happens in the games
Great.
either. It disappearing like that.
Does
That was
this
just something
mean
that I threw in there just to do something interesting with the mechanic.
I
So
still
I'm sure
haven't
everyone's
poisoned her.
pretty familiar with it.
How could you even
So
think
doing
that,
something
Sonata?
unique like that, I just
You're
thought would be
supposed to trust me.
pretty interesting to do.
Haven't I been telling you that this entire time?
We're at a disadvantage then. We're only learning of this now, but it seemed to me that Prosecutor Luna knew already.
Yeah, she did. She basically tore it out of me during my interrogation.
Tore it out of you?
It was a really rough session. Like, really rough. Rougher than Captain Spitfire's pep talks.
It is a bit
or
peculiar
Claire's
that
lectures.
Luna's being a lot harsher
That
this
fits
time
Princess
around.
Luna to a T, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They don't call her
She's
the
not
dark
exactly
hair
an
in
aggressive
courtroom for nothing.
character, but she can be loud
No,
and
this
authoritative.
was different.
Yeah.
The main sort of drive behind
Oh,
it is
explain
that
this.
it's
Look, I know Princess Luna's
mainly
an intense
about
bully,
the events
but
of
she's
Case
never
2.
acted that way
Right.
before.
Because
At least
Pretty,
she
do you
sort
want
of
to
blames
pause?
it.
Oh, yeah, I
Sorry,
will
it's very
happily
sorry, James.
pause.
Do you want to pause
Yeah.
so we can have James explain?
Absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause
and
this
I'm
actually
gonna
does require some explanation.
fancy effect time. Whee! As
So there's nothing necessarily wrong with a prosecutor that's very helpful, like Luna was trying to be in Case 2. But I think sort of what most people expect is for them to be somewhat, antagonistic. Not necessarily bad, but just, antagonistic. There's a difference between antagonist and villain. And what we're doing is essentially something that I've been thinking of doing for a long time. It's what I would do with Clavier Gavin in a potential Ace Attorney 7, where he sort of goes through sort of like a reverse of what most prosecutors go through, because usually they go from bad to good or antagonistic to helpful. What we're doing with Luna is we're essentially doing the opposite of that, where she goes from helpful to something bad happens to her, and she blames herself for the events of Case 2, and she starts to become colder and more withdrawn, in a sense.
yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, out of all the characters in MLP, and I'm sure it's been talked a lot, but I don't think people really realize just how much weight there is to Luna's character. First, from her experiences in the past, what led her to become a villain, literally being cut off from the world for 1,000 years, Not to mention her job, which I'm not sure how many people in the audience have experience with, not necessarily nightmares, but like really awful forms of it, from sleep paralysis to night terrors. It is a really awful experience to have to go through that. And imagine what it must be like to have to fight that every single night, probably multiple times over. There's just so much that she's had to go through as a character. And so when things go wrong, something is wrong and things are kind of getting out of her control, I imagine it kind of leads her to spiral.
Yeah, because this is pre season 5, so she's still dealing with it as we speak.
Yeah, she is a
Tantabus issue.
Character who represses. It's not that uncommon for someone dealing with things like depression or trauma to become withdrawn, pulling away, being closed off, repressing, and taking the burden for themselves, because the last thing they want to do is burden the people around them.
Not to mention the one on the defense seat this time around is Rainbow Dash, who's supposed to be an upstanding member of equestrian society, an element of harmony, the element of loyalty, and she's being accused for murder. Or attempted poisoning this time.
Again.
A co-worker, no less.
Of a co-worker.
And literally her dream job.
Which is far more serious than just some random competitor.
Who is not secretly an asshole.
Yeah, that's a meaningful insight. James. Much appreciated, because I know a lot of fans of Elements of Justice were not very happy with Luna this time around.
Understandable.
What I will say is trust in the process, because I know that some people didn't like what we were doing with Athena earlier on in Case 2, and I think most people can agree that she came out alright in the end.
Yep.
We are halfway through Case 3, sort-ish. I think ish. We're in the ish area. Yeah.
We're on our way.
Yeah. We're on our way there.
We're definitely hitting the halfway point.
Yeah, we're getting to a halfway point. So, time will tell. Ready to get back to it?
Time will tell.
Luna obviously this isn't even a secret, she is the main rival of Elements of Justice, so it's not even just Case 3 that we need to concern ourselves with. She's going to be relevant throughout the entirety of it.
Heck yeah.
Alright.
Yes, let's
get back to it. Let's get back to it!
Never mind. It was probably my fault for trying to keep quiet.
I don't know. Most defendants don't exactly spill their guts during an interrogation. There are at least some things they only tell their defense attorneys.
Right. Better to tell the one who is actually fighting for your freedom than the one meaning to ensure you lose it.
Princess Luna should be well acquainted with that. Acting this way, it's...
weird?
No. It's...
dangerous. If Luna truly was that
Stop
hurt from the
bugging me
last
off.
trial, there may be no telling what she's willing to do during this one. An unpredictable prosecutor is even more deadly than a gimmicky one.
Anyway, my guess is Princess Luna's gonna use that information when we get back in there. She'll probably have that next witness talk about it.
Speaking of, do you have any idea who this witness might be?
Not a clue.
Do you think it could be another Wonderbolt?
Maybe. There were a lot of them there that day. It could be Soren, or High Winds, maybe even Surprise.
Whoever they are,
She's going
they
to
could
wish
corroborate
it was
the claim
one
that
of those
Rainbow
three.
tampered somehow with Streamline's juice boxes.
Big name polls, bro.
No doubt the prosecution is counting on that.
Haven't heard
That's
of
her
two
last
of those.
threat as far as Luna's concerned. And if that happens, we're sunk. But hang on, that's not the only thread remaining. Ms. Dash? On the day of the incident,
Ms.
you were swapping out
Dash.
Streamline's juice box.
Don't remind me.
But what happened to the one you swapped out? I think if we could just find it, we might be able to use it somehow. Maybe even find some discrepancy that the prosecution overlooked.
Sonata.
Defense attorney.
Here it
The trial's about
comes.
to resume.
Alright, looks like we're
Present
coming to the
yourself
end
and
of
your
scene
co-counsel to
1,
the
so
courtroom
get those
immediately.
questions ready.
Defendant, you need to come with me.
Hey! I've got legs, you know. I can walk myself in just fine.
Yet again.
She don't need no
interrupted
bailiff.
By the tragedy of poor time management.
She needs every bailiff.
Just what was Rainbow about to tell me? Could it help in some way? Ugh. I guess there's no point in
If
dwelling
only
on
they
that.
knew.
I'll just have to ask once we get a free moment. No point in dilly-dallying.
I love them
Better head
graphics.
inside before
Oh, yeah, the
Prosecutor
graphics
Luna
are
chews me out
lovely.
for being
Yeah.
tardy.
Really
Love them
gives
great.
it.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
I really like how they
What does it
made a
matter?
completely different color for them.
Look, I can tell you
The
really want to
Sonata's
help
UI,
Rainbow
bro.
out, even
Yeah.
if she keeps thinking otherwise. And you've been doing great, all things considered. But
But
that stuff I told Rainbow about trusting the attorney goes both ways.
It's
She
so true.
doesn't trust you. I think we both can see that.
obviously,
But you'll need to get her to trust you. And you'll need to do that by showing you genuinely do care for her. I know, Rainbow. Words won't cut it with her. You need to show your faith through actions. You may not know how to do that at this moment, but I know you'll figure out a way. No matter how bad this seems, you'll forge a path ahead. After all, you've gotten this far.
You can just see those years of experience
let's head inside, Mr. Wright.
coming out just in that moment alone. Alright. Let's take a quick pause here. That was scene 1. Does anyone have any questions for us before we trudge along? I did see one asking about why there are 2 cases happening simultaneously.
Ah, yes, that.
As for why, it was just something that we decided to do.
Yeah,
No,
it was pretty much
basically-
planned.
I'm a voice actor. They just tell me to read the funny words, and I do it.
I wish I,
I will
could.
say,
Go ahead.
this was something that was planned since the very beginning. Obviously, you can tell that case 1 wasn't finished from the outset. The way it ended, obviously there was more to it. So this is something that's been in the works since basically, I guess, episode 2, once case 1 was slightly retooled.
Yeah, I'd give my insight. However, and again, this will be for like future proofing. I've only recently become the director. I did not direct this episode, but I am aware that it was in the plans for a while, like as early as the first director. And well, I guess that's just the direction.
Yeah, but obviously we wanted to give someone else a little bit of spotlight, and Sonata is a fan favorite character. I think there's no question there. So
obvious
we wanted to give her a little something as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Due to my position as leader of the artists, I did get some insight into the script because, you know, we got to know what the backgrounds are, what the evidence needs to be made. So I've had access to the script, and yeah, this being 2 cases was in the plan for a very long time. And to answer your question, Imperfect, was bringing up Atticus here always part of the plan? Yeah. Mainly for setup. For what? You'd have to find out.
Just Atticus is a very precious, special boy.
Just
And we all
stay
love
tuned.
him.
Stay
Especially
tuned.
Charlie.
All right, last call. Any questions, or you're gonna have to hang on to them for a whole other scene?
I'm looking. I'm scanning. Thank you, Arts. You're the best.
We love you, Arts.
You Arts.
That's our VATL over there.
Daticus, Chaticus, yes and yes, Drivey.
Yes, I agree.
All right, as much as I love hearing about Daticus and all that. Oh wait, we could see. Yes, I believe so. I mean, that's the idea.
Yeah. Both cases will end by the end of this.
Yeah, we'll go back to one case, I promise. If I understand it can be confusing. It's definitely a lot, but I'm sure once it all comes out, it'll come together in its own way.
That's the beauty of this project. We're doing things that are rarely ever done in Ace Attorney. I think the only case that actually has 2 cases going on at once is, I think, the 3rd case in Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And even then, those are the same, like, it's the same locations. It's not, like, completely different, like we're doing.
We're breaking the mold.
And yeah, we're generally doing okay. For those who are just joining, I've just been recovering from a over a month-long cold-turn viral infection, but I'm feeling much better today. I have
a stupid lingering cough.
Lingering cough. Everyone's getting sick. Medicine's been taken.
We're all dying.
We're all good. I got my fluids.
We're wasting away.
Oh, God. I can't laugh. I'm sorry.
I can't even make my darling laugh, or else she'll die.
Oh God, I'm trying to keep all the coughing off the air. But yeah, we're doing good. And yeah, I think that's we're gonna be starting up right again here now.
Let's get back to it.
Ignore the sick coughing in the background. Do not hear.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Luna, has your witness arrived yet?
Yes, Your Honor. It seems our witness had a little trouble finding the courtroom and got sidetracked. But rest assured, they are more than capable of enlightening us about the method of juice transport, among other things.
I'm happy to hear.
But mostly
Would you
juice
please call
transport.
this witness to the stand?
Certainly, Your Honor.
This is it.
Oh
This
yeah,
could
the
make or break my
courtroom
case.
artwork is
But why would
magnificent.
this witness be sidetracked? Maybe they were in the
I
middle
always-
of
I
preparing
always
their
think it's
testimony,
funny how
trying
high
to
up
make
the
it as
judge is.
ironclad as
Like, I can
possible.
see everyone from
Whoever
up here.
they are.
And he's so much
Whatever
bigger
they're
than all the
capable of,
ponies too.
I can't afford to back down.
Pinkie! There she is! I can talk about something! Huzzah!
You... What? Hey! I know you!
So,
You're that lady who
I
says
was,
how
before
religious
becoming
you were
director,
that one time.
I was basically a voice actor.
Pinkie,
Occasionally
now's
will
not the time.
kind of pop in other sections like animation, art. And one of the things that was going on in the background with this is making sure we got Pinkie just right. And
Yep.
I was specifically asked because I know sometimes there's been some struggle in getting a little humor in the series, so they're like, hey, you're funny. Want to help us with Pinkie? And I said, what the heck? So I actually did help write some of the jokes here.
Know what they meant by a witness, though.
And we ran it by our resident Pinkie expert, Joel.
I just remember the
Yep.
rise and
Yeah, Joel is our resident Pinkie expert. He used to be an audio engineer, and his help, of course, was important for getting Pinkie just right. Because humor is a fickle thing, especially with Pinkie, whose character can, if handled wrong, come off in the worst way. So it was very important to us to get it just
now
right.
might not be the best time for this.
Yeah, the idea was basically just not to make her a meme.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
But even still,
Yes.
we found
Voiced by the
ways
lovely
to
Mint.
witness, you took quite a bit of time getting here.
Mint is such a
Did you run
great
into any
PGVA.
issues or problems on the way?
Absolutely. Mint did a wonderful job here. We're so blessed to have Mint around.
On the day you're meant to be testifying as a witness?
I
That
will
sounds like
say,
a pretty
though,
big problem to me.
I did. I'm a little disappointed I never got into the episode itself, but there is a variant of this background
after a while,
of the panorama
I
that
didn't
is
know where I was,
where every
and I
pony
ended up
is
finding a lot of
smiling
places I'd never
because
seen
you know it's
before,
Pinkie
and
Pie.
doing a bunch
She's
of cool
Pinkie.
things.
She's here.
Yeah.
She makes everybody
You
smile.
can make cotton candy with the right kind of crowd? Now I do. So I just kept wandering around and around, forgetting what I was originally doing. But before I knew it, I was right at the entrance to the courthouse. I suppose you could say I had my head in the
Head
clouds.
in the clouds.
Jared, please
Save the
don't kill
puns
us.
for a party, not the courtroom. In the meantime, state your name and occupation for the record.
I will say the juice box mare is definitely like a very beloved in-joke, not only just in the fans, but for us on the team as well.
Prosecutor Luna,
Yeah.
you're one tough customer. But if there's one thing I know about tough crowds, it's that they can't help but smile once I run with the yellow Pinkie Pie charm.
Well, I will say,
Luna doesn't smile
it's
anymore.
nice to have
Forget
at
it.
least one bright face in this room full of gloom.
I guess it's nice to see
Yes,
you,
Jarvie, it is
Despite the
indeed my fault.
circumstances.
Blame me.
But as much as I love
I would be
rabbit
more
and
dramatic,
high-hearted
but my
banter,
voice will not allow it.
Prosecutor Luna is right. So, please, do as she says and state your name and occupation for the record.
No problem, Judgy. You can count on me. My name is Pinkamina Diane Pie, or Pinkie for short, or Pinkie Pie.
You know
and
you're
what a
got a
little
good
bit extra for the
Pinky
fun.
dialogue when
I'm
it
the
just makes you
assistant
smile and
favorite
think,
for the
gosh,
Cake
she's so
family at
cute.
Ponyville Sugar Cube Corner.
Yeah.
Party planner extraordinaire. I do birthdays, holidays, welcome parties, dance parties, quinceañeras.
This is actually my favorite episode thus far of Case 3.
Do you do luau's?
Understandable.
I mean, it has the most, like, uplifting energy, I think, for sure.
Right.
Pinkie just
Prosecution, it's a very
thinks such a
important
lot.
question. I have one planned in a
Miss
few
Pye,
weeks.
Please
I need to
testify
know
for the
if she does
court.
luau's.
Okie dokie Loki. I'll get right to it, Artichokey. And see me after the trial about that luau.
Ah, yes. It was a time coming up with, like, all the little gags and everything. And I'll get to it as we get through this cross-examination.
deal with the juice box?
Yeah, there's your Seinfeld
And
reference,
I asked
everyone.
her what kind of juice, apple juice, grape juice, orange juice, and she stopped me and said Sublime Sunset, and I was like, ooh.
I came up with Sublime Sunset, I think, because they're having trouble coming up with a name. And I, like, names are both a struggle, yet I'm somehow oddly good at them. So I just came up with, like, a whole list of juice box names, and that was what was chosen.
Well, that was certainly a testimony.
Yes, it
Hey,
was.
Phoenix.
Yes, Sonata?
Oh, look, hey,
This
that
might
one's
be a
smiling.
little silly to ask, but
Hey, someone's got to be
you've
smiling
interacted
in
with
this
Pinkie way more than I ever
graveyard
have.
of frowny
And even
faces.
with my talent of
Come on,
observation,
smile.
she eludes me. So, do you have any advice for how to approach her?
Pinkie
No.
Pie definitely isn't what I'd call an easy
No, I don't.
choice. But from what I've seen, she's a much wiser pony than she appears. Even if most of what she says seems a bit nonsensical, you can bet that there's at least something there you want to dig deeper on. I'd say try to ignore the unnecessary details and search for those little nuggets that could prove useful to our case.
I'll give it a shot. I appreciate it.
No problem, Sonata.
I'm the co-counsel.
You're doing your best, hun.
You're
Rainbow
welcome,
Dash asked me
Jarvie.
over a week ago to bring some juice to the academy.
Hold it! Did you find it strange that Rainbow asked you to bring some juice?
I actually did. No pony needs that much juice all at once, so I knew something was up. And do you know what I suspected?
What was that?
Here it comes.
Juice addiction. That must have been why she wanted such a specific brand.
See, the fun thing about Pinkie is, in a way, she runs on her own logic, and that's something I was considering when offering suggestions for jokes. So it makes total sense that she would misread the entire situation for something, you know, kind of straddling between innocent and, you know, serious, but like so silly that you can't help but just come back around to being just innocent.
Throw it as a surprise at her house, invite some of our bestest friends over, and as a show that we're serious.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely, it's the only answer. It's the juice addiction. Got it.
Have you ever had that kind of juice before?
Juice addiction? Pinkie, what the hey?
Pinkie, you can't just make some pony go cold turkey like that.
Have you ever heard of withdrawal?
Yeah, man.
Of course. That's one of the reasons why I decided.
This was a horrible time for me to get sick. Oh my god.
Juice addiction? Why,
Can't laugh.
I've been addicted to the juice since I was a
Would
little
such a
boy.
thing really be possible, though?
And of course, from here, the joke just does build. You'll see how that kind of builds from
We'll
there.
say, folks, withdrawal
Goes the
symptoms from
weasel?
soda is real.
No.
Someone I
Caffeine
know.
addiction is
very
real.
reliant
Can
on
we get on
Coca-Cola.
with it?
It was very
We
difficult
don't
for them
have
to
all
step away.
day.
Oh yeah, I saw one of my friends got caffeine addiction from Dr. Pepper, and ended up having like awful jitters.
And I was like, ooh,
It was bad.
I know a guy.
Ooh, I
You
know
know a guy?
And in typical Pinkie fashion, she just rambles on about some like really inane point.
I think now would be a good time to
And it's just
remind
wonderful.
you that you are under oath.
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know?
You know about
the cheese?
The juice
The juice box, man.
So reference humor is really difficult because you're kind of straddling between, you know, does the joke work without the context of where the original joke comes from?
He's married to the juice box mare.
And this is one of those lovely times where it does actually work.
The juice box mare.
The juice box mare.
Just inherently, you just have to retool it to make it fit.
Enough.
Like I said, this is one of those times I love that the reference humor just works. It's perfectly Pinkie, and it fits the scene so well.
Pertinent testimony.
Okie dokie lucky. But just know, if you ever need a good supplier, you got it. My lips are zipped.
Ah, this is it. So I was asked to animate
That
Pinkie's
sounded
lips being
important,
zipped.
though.
It was necessary, and it looks great.
When somebody
was
says
so
they know a
necessary.
guy, don't you get a feeling that this guy might be a little shady?
She knows the guy, alright? That guy needs to wear to be married to the juice box
Yes,
mare,
it
alright?
is
Don't
a
worry
reference
about it.
from Shrek.
She
Yes.
has to bring 4 boxes to be delivered to the edge.
I
of
just
the
remember
academy
writing
on
it
the
and thinking,
pony side.
God, this is so dumb, but I have to do it.
It's perfect.
So, no
Would
pony
change
saw
the
you?
world.
I'm so glad a lot of my suggestions ended up surviving, and it's just all the better as a result.
Medium sneaky. She also told me to keep
This
the
gives you
whole
kind of like a
Sneaky,
warm
that's a sneaky G5 reference there.
Yep, medium
under
sneaky.
And why did Ms. Dash ask you to keep it a secret?
I just figured she didn't want any pony finding out about her juice addiction.
Again, coming back, we got rule 3 going on here. You gotta have rule 3 when it comes to
Rules of
references.
threes.
Was I good?
Yeah, you were good, Pinkie. Real good. Maybe even the best. At leaving the courtroom at a loss for words.
Critical hit.
Pardon me if I'm
Hey, you know,
being
it helps
bit
Rainbow Dash's
dense,
case,
but
and she needs all the help she can
what was
get.
the purpose of this testimony again?
Well,
I
according
totally
to Prosecutor
forgot.
Luna,
I got.
this
I
was
was
to tell
thinking
us
about
how
my
poison
luau and
was brought onto
juice
the academy
boxes.
grounds. But near as I can tell, that wasn't quite what was said, was it?
Yeah, Jarvie, someone got market garden in
Admit
the,
that
in the
Miss
background.
Pie's penchant for pontificating makes our previous point appear pointless.
Pointless.
Alliteration! Let's go!
Alliteration! Yay!
It's just wonderful to see how Pinkie just, even inadvertently or unconsciously,
With
affects
all
the
due
room
respect,
around
Prosecutor
her.
Luna,
Just that little
This
This
is
magic.
hasn't done your
Force of nature.
argument any favors, has it? It seems as though
It's
without
one of my
merit,
favorite aspects about a
if
character like
I'm being
Pinkie Pie.
honest.
It's just how her
Only part of
influences
it,
just
Your Honor.
changes everything.
Besides,
It's
we are
wonderful.
working through a
It's like you have to
situation
work
built on
within her
subterfuge
world
and
in
intrigue.
order to get anywhere.
It'd be arrogant to assume
Exactly.
every component of this case is clear cut.
Normally, her admitting that would make me want to celebrate. But I have a feeling that she came to that conclusion during the testimony. I guess even she couldn't predict or control what Pinkie was going to say, which would usually be a win for us, but Luna doesn't look too nervous because of that, or at all. It's like she's recovered completely. Does that mean she's setting up another argument? Better not jump the horseshoe. I need
You can
to
just
wait and
see that
what
kind of
she's
like
up to.
chess thinking going
Nevertheless,
on in Sonata's
was
head
a
right
bit
there.
Unorthodox.
Mind chess.
The testimony has illuminated a certain point.
It's one thing I
Namely,
appreciate when it comes
The
to like
origin of the
characters
juice boxes the defendant
and,
used to commit the crime.
is bringing in all those elements of the character,
Isn't
the
that
things
right,
that define them
defendant?
into their dialogue and how they act and behave.
Right.
It's really
That
brings
was
out
something we needed to
everything
clarify.
about them.
Indeed. However, that wasn't
The
the
judge
only
continues
reason
to
I
be my
called in
favorite
this
character
witness
because
today.
he's just like, I don't
Now,
know why I'm here,
isn't there
but
something
by golly,
else
I'm
you
here
saw,
for it.
witness?
The judge is the best.
Is there?
Poor
More
Pinkie.
testimony. I'd like to hope it isn't as nonsensical as this one. But what else could she have seen? And why did it make her suddenly deflate?
Very good. Therefore, witness, you will now testify as to what you saw.
I'm trying to remember if there was talks of there being like a flat-haired Pinkie at some point, but I think we deviated from that.
I think it's understandable. I think that's a gag that is, even in the show, overused at times. Like the one time it appeared, it just worked really well for what it was trying to do, but you have to be sure if you're going to do that, it's got to be a moment that really hits, that's warranted. It's very specific.
Yeah, when she's bordering on psychosis.
The tornado?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like, it's, I mean, it would be a fun thing to do animation-wise, but like, storytelling character-wise, you gotta be really careful when you bring stuff like that up.
Incredibly fierce that day.
Also, just from like a workload standpoint, giving a character too many like unique sprites that are only going to be used once, it's a little bit.
Yeah, but
calm it down a little.
yeah, I think it was. I think it was also going to be used like outside of the trial, like investigation portion.
An entire team of Pegasi
It's not, I don't think it's too uncommon in animation for that to happen. Like, even in film in general, there's sometimes people spend hours on a single prop that's only going to appear for like 1.5 seconds. It's actually not that uncommon in production.
One filly and another.
It just shows how much care the people behind it
Both are receiving
put
medical
into it,
care at the
that they're
moment.
willing to go through so much effort for just 1 second.
Why does Rainbow look shocked by that? Did she not know that there'd been a tornado?
Every time we see that sprite, it looks like Rainbow Dash got punched like
I suppose
up
we
in her
should be
jaws.
thankful
She's just
that
like,
the
I just got hit by
so
something.
few.
But yes, the
Defense?
Wilsonator is
begin your
very much, I
cross-examination.
think, the perfect fit for this role of judge. He does such a
He's
great
the best.
job. His voice fits so perfectly.
I went back to Wonderbolt Academy after hearing that Rainbow wanted more juice. I was going to say no, because I didn't
Yeah,
want
you
to
see?
enable
Here
her.
it comes.
But going
I think this
cold
is the
turkey
third one
wasn't going to
officially.
help, so I planned to bring half
Or at
of what
least,
I did
this is like
last
3.5.
time.
Hold it! Who supplied you with the juice this time?
Well, you see, have you ever heard of the juice?
Yeah, here it comes. This is the rule 2s
The
now.
juice box?
Objection!
Which MLP did have a break the rule of 3 once in the Pinkie family episode with Applejack, with Apple Bloom, I think it was.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it's very fitting to have something like that here. And it also works to kind of show the transition from lighthearted, goofy time to start getting more into a serious vibe. So it's having those jokes cut off, having the jokes not be as pronounced, but it's kind of giving a nice lead into what's to come.
Anyway, when I got there, I saw a crazy tornado tearing through everything.
Hold it!
Also,
How is this
as a
tornado
reminder,
generated?
Brandon, it was in reference to there being like an actual
Perhaps you
tornado
could be
that
more
worked through
specific with your
the
wording?
Wonderbolt Academy
I saw
in
it
the first part of
being
this
nearby.
investigation. It didn't actually happen while the two were there, but
I
They investigated the scene in episode 2.
making it nearby.
A single pony? No. She can't mean.
Yeah, she doesn't have a girlfriend or a
have to ask
boyfriend.
her.
It really sucks.
Who did you see? Exactly?
Well, I would say, but it's really hard to
Alleviate the concerns of the defense. Surely they wouldn't ask if they didn't want the truth. And remember, you are under oath to testify.
poor Pinkie.
It was a pony with rainbow hair.
You mean Rainbow Dash?
No! There's a lot of boys
This
out
is
there that have
rainbow
hair.
discrimination. You know, we
Rainbow
don't all look the
discrimination.
same.
Can you see what is laid plain before you? The witness has seen with her own eyes the perpetrator of this event.
Hey, that's not what I meant.
That is ridiculous, Prosecutor Luna. Why would my client generate a tornado at all?
Do not tell me you are lagging behind already, defense. Very well.
It's also kind of interesting seeing different
different
defense attorneys and prosecutors on the stand because you can see their different temperaments when things get serious.
And the poisoning incident both occurred on the same day.
Because it's like once the Rainbow Mane was mentioned, both of them just drilled in on that point and didn't even let Pinkie finish.
Moreover, she did not want the victim treated in time.
It's that classic Luna authority.
She needed bystanders' eyes watching something else. Therefore, she generated the tornado in an attempt
never
to draw
ever will
attention
be
away
another
from
Rainbow
Streamline.
Mare in the show ever.
That way, Streamline
What's that? There's a stallion with Rainbow Mane?
Before she could be treated in time.
Oh, what? Pegasus with a rainbow mane? You know, how many of those could there possibly be?
Yeah, let me go look that up.
Prosecutor Luna.
Keep in mind, this was on Wonderbolt Academy,
Why not?
Fair enough.
where
Still.
nobody else is apparently allowed.
Logic to my eyes.
Because we heard from Captain Spitfire before the trial that the tornado occurred on the other side of the academy. Rainbow Dash was doing mandatory training during that time along with her fellow reservists, including Streamline. You aren't seriously suggesting she was in two places at once?
What? As though she had cloned herself? I refuse to allow us to venture down that rabbit hole again, defense.
Then it's your duty as a prosecutor to back up your claims with evidence, not guesswork. How could Rainbow Dash have generated the tornado while she was training with Streamline?
The answer is quite simple. And moreover, it can be found by re-examining testimony given earlier today.
Oh, I do not like the sound of that.
Did you forget that Captain Spitfire also mentioned Rainbow Dash's speed records from the Academy? It's not an exaggeration to say that Rainbow Dash is one of our fastest flyers. Streamline's almost just as good too. The good captain isn't alone in this regard. I am sure were you to ask all of Cloudsdale what they find most memorable about their favorite daughter, they would, without a doubt, point to her speed. Ask your client yourself.
It is true. She sells herself on being the fastest pony in Equestria.
Will she lie about her competence as a flyer? Or
Very
will
sneaky.
her pride once again be her undoing?
Funny how her biggest bragging point has become her biggest folly, at least from what it seems.
As the day is long. Even so,
let me guess. You would argue that Rainbow Dash could not have left training without being seen.
That does seem a reasonable thing to conclude. There were many ponies at this event, weren't there?
True, but consider other contextual factors, Your Honor. While training is mandatory, eyes are not on the reservists all the time. There are too many, after all, doing too much all at once. If an opening presented itself, and given the defendant's own speed, she could have easily flown away, created the tornado, and flown back. All after poisoning the victim, no doubt.
I will say, this is a bit of a stretch on Luna's end. I get where she's coming from, but this is a very stretching argument.
And considering that there are canonically, at least including her father and that random design we saw in that one flashback, there's at least two other rainbow-haired ponies in the world. Not to mention Pegasi with rainbow hair makes sense. They have access to weather magic. It makes sense that their color coats and schemes and all that would have in some ways relation to colors you'd see in the sky. Even sunsets, I'm pretty sure.
Sonata.
Oh! Big
Rainbow Dash would never do anything to hurt any pony on purpose. Never in a million bajillion quintillion years. She saved
Never, ever, forever, never.
like friends' lives and constantly keeps trying to be better.
You tell it, Pinkie.
She would quit the Wonderbolts in 10 seconds flat if staying meant hurting any pony else.
Which is true.
It's true, she did.
Yep.
as to be expected from Rainbow's accessory to this heinous offense.
You're an accessory!
Rainbow wouldn't try anything like this. She's only done little pranks in the past.
I think this is some really important context coming from someone who probably knows her better than anyone. Sans probably Fluttershy.
None of these past actions are relevant for today's trial. I would keep that in mind, lest thou art thrown from this courtroom.
I do think those past actions
I
matter.
think only the judge can make that kind of threat.
Do you think Prosecutor Luna cares about proper decorum at this point?
What matters
No.
are the facts, witness. And I can name two of the most important.
She says that she
Streamline
ignores
was
facts.
poisoned, and Rainbow Dash was the one who poisoned her.
How could you do this to Rainbow after everything she's done?
Miss Pie, hold on a moment.
I know this is how ponies find the truth, but you don't have to be so mean about it. You're making everything she's done look like some kind of scheme. She worked hard for her dream. And
Just the voice acting breaks my heart.
Yeah. Angry Pinkie Pie hurts a little.
Because she
Dash
rarely
cares not for
ever
the dreams
gets
of
angry.
others as I do. Nor is
Like, she
by
gets
subject
upset,
while
she
on
gets sad,
trial.
she gets happy, she's
She is a
surprised,
criminal who
she gets
attempted to
scared,
dismantle the
but
dreams of another.
angry is really rare.
Why don't you, witness? Look at the facts made bare. Have you been listening? Or are you just willingly being ignorant? No wonder Rainbow Dash had such an easy time gaining your compliance. Only a fool would be so gullible as to believe in her innocence.
Prosecutor Luna, there is no need for such harsh rhetoric.
Don't you talk to her like that! Can't you see how it's making her feel? She's gonna cry if you keep this up!
Objection! You were not called on to speak. Utter another word out of turn, and it will be your last on the record.
Sonata, if you got an idea,
I
now
like
would
to
be the time
think,
put
like
it into
1,000
action.
years ago,
I don't know what to do.
with however the
I've
laws
never
were
seen
back
Luna
then,
push any pony
it probably
like this
came down to
before.
the alicorns to be judge,
She's liable to
jury,
drive people to
executioner,
tears.
and that's probably
That
starting to come out
happens. I won't
here
have anything left to go
with
on.
Luna's
Well,
authority
gotta
coming
do
full
something.
front.
Maybe.
Damn it, I know. Just give me a second to think. But what even
She
is
didn't
there
swear.
left to think about? Pinkie, Spitfire, Philo? None of them have offered anything in Rainbow's defense with their testimonies. Darn it. If only Streamline was awake, then I could at least have some pony else give testimony. No pony else was there when... Wait, some pony else was there during all of this.
You know what? I've had it. You're not doing your job at all, Prosecutor. No, Princess Luna. In fact, you're not even a prosecutor at this point. You're just a big...
Pinkie's not wrong.
No, she ain't.
Enough! I will not allow a full-blown argument to take place in my courtroom. Miss Pie, though you are understandably upset, for speaking out of turn, you will be removed from the witness stand. I forbid any more testimony from you today. Prosecutor Luna, banter is one thing, but this is beyond the pale. Tread carefully and with dignity, or you will be penalized.
Judge being the goat.
I apologize for my behavior.
Bailiff, escort Miss Pie out of the courtroom. Perhaps it will give all of us some time to calm down.
Oh yeah, Mint absolutely killed the whole scene.
I
In
think
fact,
we can all say...
Yeah, we can pause here. We
let's
can
pause here because this is a very, very, very long scene, and honestly, I think we need a minute after that crash out. I know about you guys. Let's take a moment, get some water.
This is a justified one.
So, any questions? Now's a good time to bring up your curiosities. Yeah, everyone take
a
breath.
breather. Take a breather.
That's a lot. I get it. Everyone was heated, and the voice acting really brought it together.
Who is the juice box bear?
Whoa. I mean, even the one that was on Brewery Lane.
Mr. Jared's got a question.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Whoa.
Okay, guys.
I'm sorry.
Okay, guys.
I'm sorry, Jared. I think it was the association with the writing team.
It's the writing. That was me. Guilty as charged.
I think it might be because you put it in your bio for a while.
That is also part of it.
Yeah.
It's also.
You gotta watch yourself.
Do you believe there's such things as a perfect justice system? Short answer, I don't think so because, well...
No.
You know, we're people.
Just, yeah, flat out, no.
There's always
The
gonna
law is
be
flawed because... The law is flawed because people are flawed.
Absolutely. That's the best way to put it. I don't think we need much of elaboration.
No, the perfect justice system is if the AI does it like that upcoming.
Ew, no.
movie.
Right. None of us here are the VAs. I can't speak for them, but I can tell you as someone who's definitely had to record stuff like this before, if it's like something meant to be all done like in one paragraph, I'll probably just like do it like several times over. Sometimes I might break it up if there's a lot going on with it and I need more breathing room in my performance. So I can't say how many, like, how much it took, like how it was broken up or how they recorded it, but there definitely should have been at least, 3 to 5 takes?
Yeah, at least 3, Imperfect, did you expect the audience reaction to Luna in this? In a way, yeah. I mean, she's meant to be kind of polarizing in this case, from my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, James.
Yeah, we knew that people were going to have not necessarily this exact reaction, but a somewhat similar vibe that people would give off to, like, she's being annoying, I don't like her.
Yeah, it's very common. It's common for a typical audience viewer to kind of like jump on their base emotion at the moment, because Luna's in the wrong and you have every right to be upset with her. In fact, a lot of characters were definitely in the wrong. Like Pinkie's definitely, I'm fully behind Pinkie though. She should have respected the process a bit more, even if it was very much unfair, and it was. So it's totally understandable that people would react that way, and I absolutely don't blame anyone for reacting that way. Luna is definitely a lot, and she's normally not a lot, at least on the show. She's usually very reserved, and if she's not reserved, she's authoritative. Very rarely is she aggressive.
I think it's fine to have this reaction, just understand that she's going through a lot and she's quite damaged at the moment.
Yeah, the way that she's being portrayed here is ultimately meant to show how Case 2 affected her emotionally and mentally. And that
will hopefully become clear as the episodes come out. As, these things will inevitably get addressed, like in any story. Character has to go through an arc, and this is hers. Let's see. Just checking the comments right now as my program catches up with you guys.
Ooh, Night Miss is asking if there are any red herrings.
Huh.
Yeah.
Short answer, yes, but we aren't going to tell you.
You figure it out.
There's always some sort of red herring.
It's classic to any mystery story. You're going to have red herrings, intentional or not. They just kind of happen. Let's see. Any more questions? Any more?
Oh, Joker the Hedgehog. How long is the delay between this episode and the upcoming one? 3-6 will be released next week.
At 6 p.m. EST. Why? Because that's when the team was available.
Woo!
But yes, it won't be long now. This is just the kind of lead up to it. We're giving you a little taste before we get back into the fun times. But yeah, I don't think there's any more questions, so I think we're good to continue. Woo!
that this trial's progression has been unorthodox.
Understatement of the
prosecution
decade.
has proven the link between Rainbow Dash and Streamline. Does the defense have anything they'd like to add?
Luna showed her hand, Sonata. If there was any time to call her bluff, it's now. I don't think we can hold out any longer.
Yes, I agree. Now's our chance. Luna may have the judge convinced, but with some work, we can start regaining our footing. Better start with the best line of attack. I do have a few points worth mentioning, Your Honor.
Then let us hear them.
While I think we can all agree that the prosecution has done their due diligence, they have taken the focus off our original problem. This case isn't centered around a tornado. It's about the so-called poisoning that claimed to Streamline that very day.
Do you have more to add on that subject? I thought it was cleared up pretty neatly.
Except for two things about it, actually. The first would be Rainbow swapping out those juice boxes. Why would she do that? It would have been easier for Jmboote to simply put the poison in Streamline's drink without swapping them at all.
That point is still irrelevant. No matter how much you hem and haw, Rainbow Dash was already seen swapping out the juice boxes. The locker rooms were crowded. Rainbow slipping something into the victim's drink would have been noticed by some pony nearby. Had she actually been caught that way, this trial would have lasted mere minutes.
That brings me to my second point, though. Why go through all that trouble for a simple crime?
Perhaps Miss Dash didn't have the aptitude to commit even a simple
These are important
crime.
questions.
Any fool can complicate matters far beyond what is necessary, as proven here.
Did you just call me dumb? I oughta...
What was that,
Rainbow?
witness? Are you threatening a member of the court?
Before we start arguing again, there is a third point.
Thank
I
you,
must make.
Sonata.
Your case against Rainbow
Got a
Dash
bunch of
is
hotheads
not
in a room,
definitive.
and,
No
well,
matter what you say.
the kettle boils
Are you
over.
calling in question the testimony of my witness's defense? Do you wish for his honor to throw them all out? Is that it?
Your attempts at equivocating have gone on for long enough.
Yet here you are, rattling on like a steam engine on its last legs. Make your point, defense, or cease such noise.
All right, fine. Here's the main sticking point. Sure, several witnesses have come forward against my client. And sure, Detective Reed has suggested the poison used in this case was gricklegrass. But no testimony, nor argument from the prosecution
Now, I think
has
it's been
able
said
to
before, but
explain
I'm
away
pretty
a
sure
certain
Grickled
discrepancy.
Grass is a reference
One
to
that
Dr.
we can
Seuss.
see if we look at one piece of
Yep,
evidence
it's the
in
Lorax, I think.
particular.
Yeah, the Lorax.
Which piece of evidence, defense?
The toxicology
I do remember, again, that was part of the, we need a name for this list, but we don't have any ideas. I remember that being, like, sitting there when they were talking about that.
Really? So you must see the line where it shows poison actually in the
Naming
victim's
is hard,
body.
guys.
I certainly don't see it from here.
I mean, it is hard.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
That
not even just
toxicology
characters, just
report came
objects
back
or things in
negative for
general.
poison,
Yeah, like
didn't it?
Sunset Sublime.
Reports can exist.
You,
We can
like,
clearly separate
every
the
name you
clerical
see,
error from
it's
what's
gonna
in
go
front of
through
us.
The
probably
burden of
like
proof falls on
5,
you,
10
Prosecutor
suggestions
Luna.
even.
Stepping
Sometimes
into
you
this
get it
case without
right the
proper
first
cause is
time.
grounds for an
It's the
immediate
process.
dismissal of my client.
Your Honor, enough proof has been demonstrated regardless of what the defense claims. Surely you can see what she's trying to do. She means to inundate us through sheer stubbornness and an absurd quantity of
Or she could
needless
just be doing her
questions
job,
in order to distract us
you
from
know.
the irreconcilable facts.
As defense
There
attorney.
are irreconcilable
He's
facts,
indicted.
I will grant, but one of them is the lack of poison cited in the toxicology report. This is an attempted poisoning case, and without poison, you can't even have a proper trial to begin with. Your Honor, you must agree with that at least.
I will say that this is a rather interesting dilemma.
You're acting
The
quite
toxicology
base,
report
Miss Sonata.
itself
Very
doesn't directly
green-pilled.
cite poison as the reason for Streamline's collapse.
I miss being able to do
I'm afraid I
voices.
cannot overlook such a glaring hole in this matter.
Soon. Soon.
I know,
The
I
evidence
know.
against the
I
defendant
can do
is
minimal,
already
like, deep
compelling.
voices.
She
People
was
like my
seen
deep voices.
actively swapping juice
That
boxes
still
with
works.
Streamline before her collapse. These two pieces should work in tandem, but what we are seeing, clearly, is a disconnect. For if no poison was found in the juice boxes, then Why was the defendant swapping them at all?
Okay, here's my chance. I'm counting on you to back me up, Phoenix.
Unless it was for
Why
her
don't we ask
addiction.
my client that very question? Let her testify to that end.
Ooh.
Are you actually suggesting that for your next course of action? Have you lost your mind?
Sonata, are you sure that's a good idea?
Never
Reno
had it
didn't
to
tell us
begin
everything
with.
the first time around. If we let her testify now, without any preparation, we might just have an even bigger problem on our hands.
Do you have any better ideas?
What about the toxicology
No.
report? If we asked for the test to be reevaluated,
I mean,
then
the
we could get an
toxicology
extension.
report.
That report is the only thing keeping us here. The fact that it hasn't been
Good.
clarified is our one
Sometimes that's
ticket
all
to
it
keeping
takes.
Rainbow from getting a guilty verdict
Phoenix
right
has
now.
showed that in Turnabout Storm, even if it meant having to do something really not
And Luna was
nice
able
to
confirm
Fluttershy.
Streamline was poisoned.
Yeah.
We're sunk.
But it led to
Okay.
important
I see your
development.
point. But this is still a big gamble.
You told me to put on a show of faith for
Good
Rainbow.
thing I love
I
gambling,
can't think of
baby.
anything more of a show than this. We know she didn't poison Streamline.
Oh
I know
yeah.
she didn't do it.
I'm
All I
pretty
need
sure
to prove
that's
is
like
that
some
she had
kind of
another reason for swapping those
rule
juice
when it
boxes.
comes to
Once I do
lawyers
that,
with their
the
clients
judge
is
will have
do
to
not
dismiss this
put your
case.
client on the
I
stand.
think Rainbow is ready to spill her guts anyhow.
Or at least that's
I don't know how
what I
much longer
picked
she
up
can
from
hold
like
herself back. Luna's been
this
pretty rough on
Yeah,
everyone.
what's it called? Lincoln Lawyer, the show? He made a
Not
very big
wrong.
point about that in the second
Rainbow
season.
is chomping at the bit over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
we do this
things
now, there
in
won't
Ace
be
Attorney
any
that just
turning
would
back.
not fly in a real court of law.
Absolutely not. But we don't play and love this game because it's accurate.
No.
Though I
The
wouldn't
prosecution
mind,
will allow Rainbow Dash to
you know,
take
if
the
it was
stand.
something more like
If anything,
a drama like
the defense has finally made
Lincoln
a
Lawyer would
movie
be
you're
kind of a
interested in
fun visual
seeing played.
novel, or
If
something
I'm
funny
lucky,
like My Cousin Vinny,
It'll be the last move I need to make.
which
Very well.
My Cousin Vinny is actually
Let the
pretty dang
defendant
accurate.
take the stand.
Who would have guessed?
I love that guy, Vinny.
Defendant, state your name and occupation for the
Oh
record.
boy. Here we go.
Rainbow Dash. I'm a Wonderbolt reservist. For now. Anyway.
I have
I
been
take it
seeing
you're
Nox
aware
get mentioned
of what
here,
we'll be
and for those who don't know,
testifying about?
Nox is
Yeah,
our
I know.
audio man. He
listening.
helps manage the audio
by all means,
engineers, but
proceed with your
he
testimony.
recently had to move to the boiler
Come on,
room.
Rainbow.
He knew too much.
Don't
Yeah.
let my faith in you be
He
for
knew
nothing.
too much.
We love you, Nox.
Witness testimony.
Okay. I admit it. I have been swapping out some of Streamline's
Never
juice
not.
boxes.
No.
Even on
Yeah,
the
like
day she
this.
collapsed.
This
But I
definitely would
didn't
not fly in a
poison her.
courtroom.
I'm innocent.
She'd get torn to
Why can't you
bits.
see that? And don't get me started on that tornado business. I didn't cause that either.
But
That's all I'm
again,
gonna say.
it's way more
I
fun
want to
in
remain
this kind of
silent about
setting, this
everything
kind of
else.
drama that Ace Attorney has created in its world, and it just
right to
works
remain
because it's
silent
way more
again?
engaging,
Well, it's
and
a
also
right
allows
reason.
for a player to
At
engage
least this
with
time, we got some room
everything.
to maneuver.
True. Saying something is better than nothing at all. Rainbow's
defendant's
not the only
taking the
one
stand is
practicing that, right?
More so a thing
That's
that happens in
unusual.
like the later
Given
games,
how Luna was
because
acting with Pinkie.
in
The
Yeah.
judge's warning
like the
pay
first
off?
couple of games, the
Very
defendants
well.
were just kind of off
Miss
screen
Sonata,
for
you may cross-examine
like,
the
periods of
defendant
time.
whenever you're ready.
so it allows them to get a bit more characterization in.
Yeah, which is important for a visual novel like Ace Attorney.
Okay. I admit it. Objection.
Also, this is very
I'm
unique.
tired of this game of cat
Yeah.
and mouse. Why not end
We
this
they
farce
brought
with
in the
a
Heart's
single
Court.
admission
It's
and spare us
Castlevania.
all,
Everyone, watch
defendant?
out!
What?
Was that perhaps too oblique for you? I mean,
This
to say that
sequence
you
is
should admit
actually
that you are guilty
a
and not
reference
delay
to
the
something that has
inevitable.
actually happened before
I'm not doing
in Ace
anything
Attorney.
like that. 'Cause
It was
I'm
in the
innocent.
final case
Ms.
of the
Dash,
first game. If anyone remembers,
Relax. Prosecutor
the villain
Luna,
basically does
why-
this,
I will say that you
what
are
Luna
most
is doing.
definitely failing to live up to the element you are the
where the
bearer
defendant
of.
testifies and then they just jump in before they even get a chance to finish their testimony.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it's such a unique thing, and it's never happened again, and I've always
Order,
wondered why.
order!
Because it's such a
I agree.
unexpected sort of thing to
Prosecutor
happen.
Luna,
I know, it's one thing we tried doing EOJ is try to do things that the series has never done before. To allow us the freedoms that probably Capcom wouldn't allow the teams.
It didn't
So it's
sound
pretty
like that to
exciting.
every pony else.
This case is of great importance. A future Wonderbolt not only resists arrest, needing to be dragged
That
away
desk
like a
is holding
child,
on for
but
dear
also
life.
continues to act so in court. How does that look to the citizenry? To have some pony
If you were to
behave
look
with
down at
such
that
juvenile
desk from a
arrogance
top
when faced with a
top
serious
view, is
accusation?
cracked in every fucking direction.
What does that say about the Wonderbolts?
Well, when
they
I rate
abandoned
the
their
judge's
principles?
beard on a scale
Do
from 10
discipline
out
and
of
esteem
100,
no longer matter?
1,000.
Are we meant to accept the idea that the Wonderbolts will let any pony
Yeah.
into their ranks?
I also recognize what
regardless
Luna's
of how
trying to do
obnoxious
here.
they
She's
are?
playing on Rainbow's anger to try and get,
The
like,
Wonderbolts
something
appear
out of
to be
her.
a
Yeah, it's manipulation. She's trying to essentially draw it out of her. Her bias is kind of taking form in her mind and leading her to essentially goat a reaction
I am done.
for her benefit.
Thus, my earlier comment has been proven.
Knows that it'll work.
What earlier comment?
That the defendant is failing to live up to the element she is the bearer of.
Ooh.
Behold, Rainbow Dash, the element of loyalty. A reservist for the team she supposedly cares for so deeply.
Actually, it could be said that her loyalty
But there
is
no
her
more
fault
loyalty in you than in a
because she's
few
allowing
crew.
her blind loyalty to the
Look at how
team
she has
to
betrayed the
essentially
Wonderbolts
put
in
her
the
in
most
the position of judge, jury,
fashion.
executioner, much like
She
Luna
has
here.
wrecked all that they stood for. It is a tragedy that such a supposedly noble institution
So it's kind of ironic.
has crumpled
Huh.
into a mere shadow of what it once was. Look at whom they've welcomed. Not a bright, fresh recruit, but an irredeemable killer. The hideous shadow of her presence inflicts a loathsome, charnel stain upon their legacy.
I'm the stain? Me? What? Your mane getting in your eyes?
Ms. Dash, wait.
Besides, it's Streamline who was the real
Yeah, here it
stain on the
comes.
team. Some pony like her has no place on the Wonderbolts. She shouldn't have been allowed at all. Ugh. I knew she was a dirty, good-for-nothing cheat from the start. But no pony believed me, because I didn't have any proof. Don't you get it? One of us had to pony up and do something about her. Some pony who wasn't afraid of getting a little dirty to do the right thing.
Rainbow, just calm down.
Shut up, Sonata! Ugh. You know what? I'm glad this happened to Streamline. She got what she deserved. And if I could do everything over, I would...
Hold it! Rainbow, stop!
Thank you, Phoenix.
Sonata asked me to testify.
Technically not an admission of guilt, but not a great look.
Yeah, that's the thing about a courtroom. It's not always just about getting the truth. It's about getting a story and being the one whose story is heard the most, the one that's believed the most.
I love that face.
Which is why this manipulation is so important to Luna, because if there was an actual juror there, chances are they're fully against Rainbow. If that was how this worked.
It's over.
That's why you see
There's
Sonata
no coming
like
back
that. Because it's
Juries
true.
in its attorney, they only exist in the past.
Yep.
Alright. Do another quick pause here, because I think this is another good place to pause as we get into the next scene. Yeah.
It's over. It's
Take
never
another
been
minute.
so over, chat.
Take another minute to breathe, because I know that was a lot to take in, and it's hard to watch your favorite characters, you know, trip over themselves. So, while we got a moment here, does anyone have any questions? I know some people are holding questions from the last pause, so this is a good time to start drumming them up.
Yes, and take a moment, take a breather.
Take a breather.
Touch the water, walk your legs.
All the good things. I'm definitely getting my fluids.
Yep. Make sure you drink your legs and walk your waters.
I think from her standpoint, in the way that the court works here in this universe in Ace Attorney, she did pull a smart move. Like, I think in a regular court, she would have been stopped well before she could even start, because the court is not a place for you to, you know, monologue, especially if it's just to is literally just you spouting opinions. She would have been stopped in a regular courtroom. But in this courtroom, where you can do that, she ultimately made Rainbow Dash look extra guilty. Because as I said, it's not always about the truth. It's not always about the facts. It's about what story is believed. What is the loudest? Who is the one telling the narrative? And right now, Luna is telling the narrative. So from her standpoint as a prosecutor, she pulled a good one, even if it was really nasty.
Even though it's gonna leave a pretty nasty mark on her record.
Oh, it's gonna leave a mark, and it doesn't look good for her, but, you know, lawyers aren't there to look good. They're there to serve whatever client they're serving, and if she's serving essentially the state, she is doing her part. It's just very nasty.
Yep. Also, Jared's got a question for you, James.
As I catch up with the chat, please answer.
What was your initial reaction to reading and seeing this particular scene play out?
I think that was exactly what we were going for. I really liked it. Because I have information that others are not privy to, so I know where this is going to go further on. So I think this works really well with what we have in line for Luna.
So yeah, it's meant to be so Luna rage beating Rainbow Dash is intentional, but didn't think about the parallel to Phoenix and Gilda.
Huh.
Very in line with what
it is. It's true.
Would do. Yeah.
It is what he did with Gilda. In a way,
if you can get
same move, different story.
Yeah, except Phoenix didn't do anything to put Gilda down outside of just kind of rip her a little.
Yeah.
That question was for everyone.
Oh, sorry, Jared.
Yeah, I thought it was a little strange he was asking me about that question.
Okay, sorry about that. Admittedly for me, I was not happy with Luna in this scene whatsoever. Rainbow, I expected to lash out because she lashes out when she's mad. But Luna pulling this kind of stunt was just like, oh, girl, what you doing? What you doing? Stop!
Yeah.
Cease! Desist!
If I'm to be, like, full brashly honest, I have, in a way, I'm mixed in that it's more like that's not exactly how I would have done it. Like, it's not that I wouldn't have had it happen, it's more I would have written it differently. Because if anyone knows what it's like to be literally judged and persecuted for, you know, what you've done, or proceed to have done, or who you are, it's Luna, more than any other character in the entire show, in my opinion. So it feels a bit strange for her to take that kind of route, even if she believes herself to be fully correct and in the right for what she's doing. So for me, I would have just been a bit more, like, less ribby, more authoritative, and more banking off Rainbow Dash reacting to just being challenged and not being allowed to talk than I would have been just full ribbing. So in a way, I'm mixed. Like, I'm glad it happened in the sense of I like what it's trying to do. It's more, I personally would have written it differently, but that's just me. I do trust the writers with what they're doing because they do good work, and I trust that this will lead to good stuff.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Everyone has their own ideas for how things
Oh, yeah.
go.
Yeah. What about you, hun?
I believe that Luna has a master plan, and she's played everyone like a goddamn fiddle. She is the mastermind, the one who holds the strings.
She is definitely a mastermind type character when you think about it, with her love of dragon chess. So it makes sense.
Yes.
It totally makes sense.
She was technically correct in case 2 as well, just...
Yep, she was correct.
Mm-hmm. So I think that answers that. For the writer in the room, I think this will go to you. Was any part of Case 3 past, present, or future inspired by real events?
Not real events, just sort of anything we can pull from Ace Attorney, but sort of do better. in a sense. Like in case 2, we touched on Phoenix's disbarment, which I always thought was handled quite meh. So we just sort of spoke on it then, but nothing real. I think the reason people play games to begin with is to escape the real world, in a sense. So pulling things from like real like court cases is never really a good idea, I think.
Yeah.
Unless it's like so far removed, you can't even tell.
All right, so. Sorry.
Yeah, because I'm not against people like doing that. If they want to do that, that's fine. But that's just not really something that I would personally do. At least for EOJ, anyway.
Makes sense. Let's see. How hard was it to write Luna's dialogue? Not only because it was painful from a character standpoint, but also for all those big vocabulary. Okay. So I know Jarvie loves his vocabulary words, especially with Luna. I wish he was here, but I'm sure he'll mention it in the chat here. But you were part of the writing, James, so I'll let you take that one too.
Well, obviously Jared helped a lot in that regard, but like we were saying about inspirations, the main inspiration that I took when it comes to writing Luna, especially like in terms of how she speaks and her vocabulary, is actually what we use for her leitmotif, which is Baruch Van Zieks from The Greatest Attorney.
That makes sense.
A very, especially now you can see it right now that the inspiration's a lot more evident with how cold Luna's being, because Van Zieks is quite intimidating to the least. But just the way he speaks, The Greatest Attorney, it's very wordy, even by Ace Attorney's standards. And I think that's one reason why it turns a lot of people off, because it is a lot more wordy than the usual games, because it's only available in English as well, so anyone that speaks whose mother tongue isn't English, they tend to struggle a little bit, I think.
I know
English in my Ace Attorney game.
English is technically the hardest language to learn, I think, unless you're like native-born English speaker. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard when people talk about bilingual. So it makes sense.
I would believe it, because it's essentially like a hodgepodge of several different languages.
Our language is a mess. English
no
language is a mess. It just is. Let's see here. Will Luna be like that for the rest of the case? I guess we'll have to see. Oh.
You'll have to wait and find out.
Will she be full again? We'll have to see, but was Luna rage baiting? And subsequently Artie's crash out scene an intentional parallel to Phoenix doing it with Gilda and Turnabout Storm, or was it just
that was answered earlier.
Okay.
That was answered earlier.
I'm just catching up. There's so many of you. Ha!
It's okay.
Did Luna go too far? Oh, did Luna go too far, and is she going to regret it? We'll have to see.
I'm gonna go with maybe eyebrow raise.
Is Philo Reed somewhere? Man should be in a bed. He's probably not in a bed. He's probably getting his next swig of coffee and going off onto the next little tangent. Sorry to say, the poor man.
Boyfriend.
There's no rest for the wicked.
How much you have pushed boundaries to pull a scene like that? That's an interesting question. Like, is there any boundaries, I'd assume, that had to be pushed when writing that scene? Like, feeling uncomfortable, I imagine.
Not particularly, because I think, as someone that does write, you're more, I guess, what's the word? Used to pushing boundaries. It's different to actually see something rather than it is to write it, because it's a lot more shocking, because obviously you haven't gone through the process of, several different rewrites to get it to where it is.
Yeah, it makes sense. I know.
As opposed to just seeing it outright for the first time. But yeah, I think it's just a lot easier for a writer to sort of understand, their own material.
Yeah,
and not be so...
Sorry.
Yeah, not be as shocked.
there's definitely times where, like, when I'm writing, I can definitely get into my work. I feel the emotions my characters feel, and I feel the swell in the prose and all that fun jazz. And there's definitely times where I've had to write some hard stuff, and it did make me uncomfortable. Oh, hello. And yeah, it can be tough, and I do have to take breaks when I get to the really heavy stuff sometimes. In a way, you can push boundaries. For some people, it's different. But in this case, I'm not a writer, so I can't say, but if I were writing this, I probably wouldn't have been pushed all too terribly, I don't think. This isn't like one of those really heavy things. Now, if I was getting into the depths of health, though.
This wasn't 2-9 levels of pain, so...
Oh, yeah. No,
we were alright.
That was painful. That would hurt me. Stuff like that where it's, really emotional. A mother losing their son. That would do it.
The first draft of that, I definitely did feel the emotions on that one. This is nowhere near that level.
Okay, so...
Alright, well...
We have... Suspicious that most defendants are element bearers? Well, I guess we'll have to see. Question, do you understand the Luna hate? Yeah, I think we answered that, and I believe we do.
Yep.
Yeah, it says blind. Jesus, there's so many of your comments. I love it, though. Keep it coming. Don't let me stop you. There's just so much. Whew. Okay, let's get back to it. We'll answer more questions as we go along.
Prosecutor Luna, what do you have to say?
Ooh.
Yes, of course.
The dad voice is coming.
Thanks to the defendant herself, the motive has become quite clear. Rainbow Dash believed her fellow Wonderbolt reservist, Streamline, was a cheater. After failing to prove this accusation, the defendant took matters into her own hooves. A punishment most foul was concocted in place of any actual proof. With a plot conceived under the blackest of influences to torment pony kind, Rainbow Dash decided she would poison Streamline through the creation and eventual administration of a poison called Gricklegrass. The justification appears to be a warped sense of moral vindication. An arrogant way of thinking, I must say, as is to be expected of a vigilante. The end result is a mare very nearly losing her life after a serious collapse. All of the evidence presented points to this being the case. Thus, we are given the means and motive.
She is that bear.
The prosecution rests.
As much as I agree with what you've just said,
2/3 of titles are up there.
wasn't what I meant,
The prosecution rests. She pulls out a pillow and a blankie.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Here it comes.
You broke from procedure by interrupting the cross-examination. Not only that, but you then decided to start antagonizing the defendant and refused to back down even after I instructed you to stop. This, on top of your earlier bickering with the previous witness. To say that your performance today has been shameful would be an understatement. I'm shocked you would act this way.
I am simply doing my duty as I see fit, Your Honor.
Very well. Then I shall do mine. At the end of today's proceedings, I'm afraid you'll have to receive a penalty. You were warned, after all.
I understand, Your Honor.
As said, though,
the rare prosecutor
I do
penalty.
agree with your summary of the case and the motive you've put forth.
It was
While
a
bit
necessary thing to
unorthodox of a
do.
discovery, the
An important
defendant
part of her
has
story.
indeed admitted to having felt the need to do something about the victim. She has clearly implicated herself, in my opinion.
What? No! That's not... None of that is right! None of it!
Miss Sonata?
Huh. I feel that's
I'm
not
sorry if this has come as a shock.
You know, I feel like doing that right now
I've
myself,
had
you know?
many opportunities to provide counter.
I feel that.
is dead.
While I'm sure this cross-examination didn't go as you might have planned, You were the one who requested the defendant testify.
Sonata, please tell me you have something to offer as a rebuttal. We can't let it end like this.
What can I even
She's
say?
dead, Phoenix.
There are no more witnesses. And there's no point in trying to cross-examine Rainbow properly now. Sure, the cross-examination technically never ended, but Luna's right. Rainbow has both means and motive to commit this crime. She's practically confessed to poisoning Streamline, even if that wasn't what she meant. Asking her to testify was a huge mistake. How could she admit to something like that, though?
Because
Why
anger
would
makes you
admit that You
stupid.
think Streamline deserved what she got?
If there's nothing further,
makes you stupid.
I'm ready to declare my verdict.
Oh, is this it? Is it over? What do I do now?
Oh.
In order to secure a guilty verdict, the prosecution must be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt the means,
So, for those who don't
motive,
know, this
and
is
causation
Golden
of the
Crow, yeah?
accused.
Yep.
The defense
Golden
Crow!
obviously
He
needs to
was
show
the
there's
original
doubt
VA for
at
Phoenix
least one of
in
those
Turnabout
things.
Storm and was going to be the Phoenix for this project, but unfortunately,
That's right.
life
There's
got in the
still
way,
one
and
thing that
now we
hasn't
have the
been proven
lovely
beyond
Julius
reasonable doubt.
Gemstone.
The causation.
But he managed to find some time to come back to give
How
us
do I
this
know, you
nice
ask?
little
The symptoms of said poison
role
are very
here, which
distinct,
is wonderful.
and they are a perfect match with the victim's condition.
I think it's very fitting.
Those symptoms are a combination of sweating, a dangerously high heart rate, lightheadedness,
This sequence
followed by
is
vomiting, extreme
classic Ace
anxiety,
Attorney
and eventual
investigations.
collapse.
Very much.
I think it's in every case in the first game. Most people remember from the second case, though. Turnabout Airlines. Because this is where this music plays.
What's this? It says Streamline was apparently murmuring
I think
something right before she
Investigations
passed out.
is
Streamline
very
was
fitting for
heard
someone like
weakly
Sonata,
repeating the
who's very
words,
brain forward.
Stay, so sorry. Up
Yeah,
until
I'm
the
not sure where
point
the
of
idea
losing
came from, but it
consciousness.
just works really well.
It just works.
Just works.
No idea. Your guess is as good as mine. You want to know what I think, though? I think that Streamline was hallucinating.
Gosh, that portrait art of Streamline.
I mean, it's fitting.
Yeah.
She's putting it together in her mind palace.
At some point, I am very much looking
Streamline
forward to
was
playing
heard repeating
Investigations.
something
I
in a
haven't gotten the
delirious state
chance.
before she passed out. Even I assumed that
Investigations
this was
2
just a
is
reaction to the suspected
what I think is
poisoning.
the best Ace
Maybe
Attorney
that's
game
not
ever
the
made.
case. If we take
Unfortunately,
what
gotta get
Captain
through the
Spitfire
first
said at
one,
face
which I do have on the DS.
There's a chance this could mean Streamline wasn't poisoned by
It's
Gricklegrass.
not as bad as
In
people
the
make it
case
out, I
of
think. It's
Rainbow
just
Dash,
Oh, I
find
believe
not
the
as good
defendant-
compared to the following game.
No,
It's
yeah.
just, it's a little harder when the following game is just absolute geek.
Like first game
yes,
syndrome, it's just
Miss
kind of how it
Sonata?
goes.
I think it's a little too soon for a verdict, Your Honor.
Really?
The prosecution disagrees. If anything, this is becoming needlessly protracted. Everything required to demonstrate the defendant's guilt has been proven.
Everything? I wonder about that.
Make your point and be done with it.
Like I said, it's too
That's
soon
Sonata
for a verdict.
sass.
Seeing as how the true cause of Streamline's collapse has yet to be proven.
Objection! Of all the things to try and argue against yet again, have you not read the incident report? Do you not recall
Another
Detective
great
Reed's
track from Jared
testimony
here.
about the symptoms
Sonata's
the victim
objection theme.
presented?
Jarvie
cause
is
of
the
Streamline's
music man. We
incapacitation
appreciate his
was
work.
Gricklegrass
Go check
poisoning.
out his
Your
channel.
unwillingness to see that does not occlude the facts.
Oh, I'll admit, it certainly appeared like it at first. But there's one fatal error that has been made.
There is no such error. Streamline was suffering from the exact symptoms that we know Gricklegrass causes.
That's true, but only if you ignore a certain other detail.
What detail would that be?
This, Your Honor. Take that. I certainly have read the incident report, Prosecutor Luna. Maybe it's time we double-checked it together?
For what exactly?
Right here. Streamline was heard weekly repeating the words, "Stay, so sorry," up until the point of losing consciousness.
Does that mean something, though?
To Captain Spitfire, it does. She believes it was the result of a hallucination. And if we take that possibility into consideration, then it outright contradicts something else that has been presented to the court. Take that!
Oh, that's the Gricklegrass poison report, isn't it? From the EBI?
Exactly, Your Honor. As we can all see, nowhere does the report list hallucinations under the symptoms for Gricklegrass poisoning.
That's right. And if that's the case, then...
It's entirely possible that Streamline was not poisoned by Gricklegrass at all.
Objection!
This is something that you could have actually figured out yourself, because all this information was available since the investigation.
That's what.
Sonota's just realizing it right now.
That's what makes how we've set everything up, the court records and the episodes. Good mysteries often allow you, the viewer, to solve it alongside the main character if you so desire.
Could it be a prolonged condition the victim might have been suffering from prior to her poisoning?
Well,
and what do
you were pretty
you,
quick to bring up
the
Streamline's
viewer,
medical records earlier, Prosecutor Luna. How about it? Was there anything there that might line up with this reaction?
Kindly wipe that grin off your face, Defense. If it were that obvious, I'd have mentioned it.
Then you concede that this was not an underlying condition?
We concede nothing. This is merely some sort of rare, extraneous symptom of the poison.
You'd like that to be the case, but I think you'll find it's not as simple as that. You recall Detective Reed's testimony. You've mentioned it after all. How about the part where he said that the symptoms for Gricklegrass are very distinct? A rare extraneous symptom doesn't fit with how the Equestrian Bureau of Investigation describes Gricklegrass, the supposedly easy-to-make poison. And we can't discount that as the words of a mere amateur. No. Those are the words of the head of the EBI, one of the foremost experts in all things crime. Yes, she's speechless. Looks like silence really is golden. It's proof positive that I'm on the right track.
Miss Sonata?
Yes, Your Honor?
While I understand where we're at, I can't help but wonder what the cause of this additional symptom was.
It's certainly a mystery.
It's gotta be determined.
Don't tell me it's another poison.
As easy as it would be to run with that, no. I need to get poisoning off the table. Or at least explain this hallucination in another way. No, Your Honor. I don't think so. This hallucination is likely the result of something else.
But what, though?
What was it Streamline said again? Stay, so sorry. That doesn't really seem like anything meaningful, though. Some of it sounds exactly as Luna described it. Incoherent. Stay, so sorry. Stay, so sorry. Stay so sorry. Is it really nonsense, though? Streamline wasn't in the best state when she was speaking, after all.
I'll be honest, it was a little bit tricky getting all this logic to sort of come in at the right time and not have it be all at once.
You could think.
So it sort of comes in here and there.
That, and as well as just making sure the episode didn't go beyond a certain length.
Yeah.
From the sound of it, it seems as though what might have been misheard was the first part of what Streamline said. Stay, But what does that actually mean, though? What was Streamline trying to say? All this thought I'm putting into this, when it doesn't seem to even matter.
I see Pat in the chat.
Whatever Streamline
For those who don't know, Pat is one of the video editors. He's been on the project a long time. At least, you know,
it's a long shot.
from here to now,
Really
it's been a long time when you think about it. But he's the current TL, and he's also part of the reason we have 3-6 ready to go at all. Thank this man for getting the project back on its feet, in part, mainly in getting episodes out. Thank you, Pat!
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Yes. Their investigation in Manhattan. Let's see.
Jared and I had to write this letter out specifically for this moment. Because there's another Ace Attorney investigations sort of thing going on.
Is there anything here that has some significance? Anything at all?
I remember this bit being kind of like a editing nightmare because they're trying to figure out like, okay, how do we do this? How do we do this?
Yeah.
Did you know that Overall used to come
Hey,
here
it's
with some pony named Stella?
MB! He used to be one of our pony riggers, and he's the reason why Sonata looks so good.
Could this?
Yep.
No.
Though I will say the
Can it?
face desk slam was all
If
me.
it isn't, then that
Hey, everyone contributes in some way.
Mhm.
This is the first instance of the cases actually being connected to each other in some way.
Yes.
Everything happens for a reason.
Could it really be that Streamline wasn't saying "stay so sorry," but rather?
And it's really interesting
Stella?
because
So sorry.
Sonata is connected
Is
to that
this
case as
even the
well.
same
She
mayor,
just so
though?
happens to be the defense attorney here as well.
No, forget about that. Focus on making sure Luna doesn't instantly shut this possibility
Yeah,
down.
of all the mechanics, I imagine the
Sonata,
logic
you
was
okay?
probably one of the
Yes,
easiest to
I
incorporate
figured
visually.
something out. Or a path forward, at least.
Visually,
Let him
yes,
have
it's
Your
bloody
Honor.
nightmare to write though.
A nightmare to write, yes,
While I can't
but for us
explain
visual
what caused this
people,
hallucination,
so
I
much
can
easier
offer an
than things like
explanation as to what
widget.
it means.
Yeah, that's also a nightmare for its own reason.
It's either the nightmare for the writers or nightmare for us animators and visual people.
Yeah.
There is no middle ground.
A letter?
Yes. This is a letter related to another investigation taking place right now in Manhattan.
Manhattan. Ah, you must mean Miss Rarity's case. Dreadful business, that.
Objection! Your proclivity for addressing the irrelevant is tiresome, Defense. This letter has no bearing on the case at Hoof.
Your Honor, if you simply read the letter and allow me to explain, you'll see exactly why it matters.
Defense? What are you playing at?
All right, Miss Sonata. I'll allow this. Now then, let's see here. Dear Phoenix and Sonata, if you're reading this,
Read the whole letter.
it's awesome. It means that...
The relevant part is a bit further down, Your Honor. Sorry. Did you know that Overall used to come here with some pony named Stella? Do you see that?
See what exactly?
It's the name, Prosecutor Luna. Stella.
That's what it says, yes.
Now, let's think back to what Streamline was heard saying right before she lost consciousness. Stay, so sorry.
I can't make heads or tails of what that's supposed to mean. Even now.
She was apologizing. That much is obvious from the so sorry. But stay up.
When this episode
That
aired,
was the
I
tricky
saw
part.
some people
And here we are,
mentioning
with the
this
answer
is very
right in front
similar
of us.
to
Are you
what happens
sure
in
about
Turnabout
this,
Academy with
Sonata?
the
It
Hugh
was
O'Connor,
Stella.
You're a Goner
Some pony whom
thing.
Streamline knows.
That's a complete
and
coincidence,
whose
by the
relevance
way.
to the Manhattan case may extend to the incident.
Just so
at
happens
Jmboote
that
Academy.
there's some ideas that just get repeated just because they're good
Desperation
ideas.
knows no bounds, it seems. Not only
We
are
just
you
needed a
asserting
name
that
that
the
sounded
delirious
like
comments made by the victim
something
are
that could
relevant,
sound like
but
something
you're
else.
claiming they relate to a specific pony? Have you any idea how many ponies go by that name? How brazen are you to suggest that Streamline
His
was referring
remix
to this
of
particular
Pursue,
mare?
So you admit
I
that
think
it's
it's
a
called
possibility then?
Blind Coldly,
that
which is
Streamline
the
was trying to
old
say
name
something
for
about
it.
a mare,
But this
and
remix
that
is
it wasn't her being
fucking amazing.
incoherent?
It's insane.
Even if it is a possibility, what does it matter? This hypothetical mare the victim knew is completely inconsequential.
Is she the
Streamline's
juice box
collapse is
mare?
the issue, not this.
The juice box
Ah,
mare is
yes. Luna's voice actress is Goddess level 1, and my god, what a find she is.
So good.
Does a stellar job every
Stuff
time.
and nonsense, that's all this is? As likely as Tartarus freezing over.
You can attack the likelihood of this theory all you like, but you can't ignore the core problem. That this additional symptom, this hallucination, suggests the possibility that something else caused Streamline's collapse. Your Honor, it'd be too soon to declare a verdict, wouldn't you say? Come on, Your Honor. You know it as well as I do. Come on.
Nope. Guilty. I will give my opinion. While I do agree that the theory presented is somewhat of a stretch, I cannot deny that it could be the case.
You don't mean...
I'm not sure if the theory will lead to anything, or if it has any relation to the direct cause of the collapse. However, we find ourselves in a rather unique situation, don't we? At least for Mr. Wright and me.
We do?
Well,
We do?
Yes. The victim is alive.
For once!
That she is.
For once!
For once! Look at us doing things differently from the series. Ah.
So, why not simply ask Streamline herself about this Stella mare for a start? That'd clear things up, wouldn't it?
I suppose so, Your Honor. Good idea, by the way.
Well, I don't mind pitching in every now and again. The
Yes, thank you,
extraneous
Your
nature
Honor.
of this hallucination
We love the
concerns
judge.
me, and I'd like for us to determine whether or not it has any relevance to the victim's condition. We still lack a definitive explanation for this additional symptom, after all. Thus, this gives me enough reason to adjourn for today and resume this trial tomorrow. Does that sound acceptable to everyone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hallelujah!
If that is your
Barely
honor's
got
wish,
by.
then yes. It will be done.
That wasn't by the skin of their
a bit too
teeth.
close
That
for
was
comfort,
the
but
that
I
was the
made it.
fibers of their
By the skin
vein.
of my teeth, I made it.
Very well then. Court is now adjourned.
I think we can
We
just
did
let
it, every pony.
we'll let it play out, and we'll answer any final lingering questions after the credits. Let's just enjoy all the hard work that went into making this whole thing come together, because by God, this was probably one of the, most...
This was rough. Putting this episode together was rough.
So yeah, I did not direct this episode. You won't, again, I mentioned it in one of the community posts, but you probably won't be seeing my influence until like 3-7. So if anyone's curious, like, oh, Pretty, now that you're the director, what's going to change? Is anything going to change? Well, you'll see. You just gotta wait a little bit.
This ending sequence.
It's so good!
It took so many of our team to make this whole thing possible.
So beautiful.
Yeah, even watching it again now, I've seen it like 100 times. It's still absolutely
Never
mind-blowing.
gets old.
It's just crazy what we can do when we're working together. Yes, the song here, I think it's sung by Cadet. Yeah?
Yes, it's done by Cadet.
It was worked on by, I believe it's...
All the sequence animators were right there.
I believe it was I can't remember, is it JYC Row?
Jikro?
I think it's
Yeah,
Jikro, yeah.
Yes, Jikro and Jarvie, I believe, both worked on this. On music-wise, that is. Which is honestly super cool. All the little details here are just wonderful. And I can't wait to see it all come together.
I noticed on apps being used, Adobe will continue to be used after the recent news.
Ah, yes, that whole thing. So, I mean, the moment I saw that, my thought was like, okay, how long before they roll back? And what do you know? Less than 24 hours. Did not take that long. End credit scene. I almost forgot about this. Pause. You got it.
Yep, because this needs a whole thing for itself.
Oh, you please take it away. Do not let me stop you.
Do we have any questions about the previous scene?
Actually, that's a good point. Let's get a couple quick questions in while I get the music.
Alright, do you think Sonata could have handled things better if she tried to question Rainbow more instead of staying silent every time?
Yes. I think both Rainbow and Sonata are learning to actually not only trust each other, but also work together better. Because, you know, there's history behind them that they need to work out. And it's not just on Rainbow's side, where it's a bit more obvious. It's also on Sonata's side as well.
Yeah.
Dash.
Also, rest assured, that table will be repaired by the time the next trial day rolls around, I assure you. It's just a bunch of clouds. Very condensed clouds.
Yeah.
That's my head theory, by the way.
I mean, they have to walk on those clouds. They gotta be sturdy. What was the hardest scene to accomplish in this case? Now, that is a good question.
In terms of the writing, I think, at least so far anyway, it's that final scene just there, because all of the logic and all of the information that we learned in the past, like 5 episodes, basically just came to a head right there.
From visuals, if the credits count, definitely the credits. That took so much work. It almost didn't come together.
I can speak in terms of like background assets. Funny enough, the hardest so far has been overall concepts room at the Charismatic Mare attic. I am not joking when I say that background went through 3 revisions. Why? I don't know. No, I do know. It's because of like perspective issues and apparently details not getting to the department when they should have.
Aside from the perspective issues, because perspective is hard, okay?
Yeah, perspective is
probably logic checks. I know a lot went into working on that. And, you know, like we had to make new animations for Rainbow Dash. We had to make the little chess pieces. We had to set up everything with the whole thing. And probably also the writing that went behind constructing that whole scene. Easily another contender. Let's see here.
Logic chess is actually easier to write than regular logic, which sounds insane, but logic chess is just it's just one scene, whereas logic, it's spread out through multiple episodes.
I mean, I believe it, yeah. So, will the Cutie Mark Crusaders make an appearance? We'll have to see. What was Okay, guys. What was the funniest thing to work on? Pinkie's obvious, but let's, skip past the obvious thing.
Ooh, funniest? Honestly, doing the thumbnail sketches. Truth be told, there are images of like simple sketches of the thumbnails. I was tasked to do all of them. But
they look amazing.
So I'm responsible for Pinkie Pie doing a selfie style image with Luna for this episode. You're welcome. So I'd say for me that was the most fun. Outside of that, I'd say in terms of like an artistic side, the Cloudsdale courtroom, because simply just the fact that it's going to be styled differently compared to the rest of the courthouses for not just the cases that came before, but also cases that are to come up.
For me, it's twofold. There is doing Coco. Like, when I get to be really emotional and all I can think is, I'm gonna make the fans hurt and it's gonna be great. And I do smile after I'm done. Obviously not in the moment because I gotta get in the mood. I feel my characters in writing and voice acting. But easily for me, the funnest thing I did for Case 3 was the Spike transitionals. Character animation is my forte. I literally have a degree in animation and I've always had characters as my strongest sort of skill. So being able to do Spike and having fun with the animations and bringing so much character to him. I know a lot of people on the team really love my character animations because I'm very expressive. After all, as an animator, acting is a big part of it. I am acting as the character. Even if I'm not physically acting, I am artistically acting. And that is a big part in character animation, is actually acting out the scenes, because I know it may not seem like it, but one thing animators do tend to do is they get up out of their chair and they do all the motions that you see on screen. I remember seeing a behind-the-scenes clip of them working on Captain Hook, and the animator was holding out like his pencil, like a sword, really getting into the role. It's a big part of why animation is easily one of the best parts of working on EOJ, because you get to have so much fun with the characters.
Yeah, I love Spike's animations. It's so bouncy.
Yeah. I mean, Spike is a bouncy character. He's rotund and small, and you need to be a bit more expressive with him to get him to pop. You know, in comparison to the others.
Oh yeah, and animating Pinkie. That one is also fun.
Oh, easy. Easy. It's Pinkie Pie, for God's sakes.
Oh, speaking of which, shout out to Puffy. He was the one who did the transitions for her.
This is another good question. You guys are so good at this. I could never be this good. Despite all the struggles making this series thus far, has it been fun to make?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Easy.
We wouldn't do it if it
when
wasn't
we're finally
fun.
given freedom, yes.
I don't remember the exact quote from Disco Elysium's creators, but creation is anger and rage. It's putting all these feelings in the work, and it's a big struggle. There's just days where you're like, why am I doing this? I want to quit. Is it over yet? The pressure is a lot. But by God, every time I get to this point where we're doing director's commentaries, getting ready for the next episode release, me planning PR, it's magical. It's so worth it every time. Like, in the moment, it just doesn't feel like it because, by God, I'm stressed. But it just feels really good, especially when you see your comments, seeing how much you're having fun with it, all the reactions. It's just enjoying it together. Enjoying it all together. This is what it's all about. It's getting to this point. That's what it's all about.
It's a little while away yet, but the penultimate episode of this case is actually some of the most fun I've ever had writing in my life. And it's sort of reflected in that because it's the longest episode. We just went in on that episode. It's so good.
I'm so looking forward to it. So, who is the favorite character in the case so far? That's a good question too, Annie.
Pinkie.
Pinkie. Easy.
Okay, outside of Pinkie, outside of the obvious answer, I'm
Philo.
gonna
Philo.
say...
That's a good answer, yeah, Philo.
That's my pick. He's my gay boy.
You know what? I'm gonna be the dark horse here and say Phoenix.
Oh, thank you.
Will Pinkie make more puns? We'll have to see. Yes. But yes, most likely.
It's dependent on her appearing again.
That is true. If she does appear again, it most likely will happen. I do love puns.
But here's a good one. Are there any lines or scenes cut that you regret not having in any?
Trying to remember lines that we actually cut is the issue. This is quite
I
a while
might
ago.
have something, but you go first.
I think it's difficult to say because when the final thing comes out, obviously you have some regrets, but the way my mind sort of works is that If it was cut for a good reason, basically.
Yeah.
You know, we don't cut things willy-nilly. It's like, if it was cut, we had a reason for it, and it obviously makes sense.
Sometimes you have to kill your babies, as they say. But I know I did make a suggestion for Luna. Because during this case, they were asking me to help with dialogue where I could when they were getting the draft together for it. As for all, I'm very much a character person, and I had suggested to give Luna a pretty cool speech where she's like, "I am the knight!" And basically kind of almost like having this Arkham City kind of level of grandeur. Which didn't make it, but that's alright. I think what we got is still great.
I mean, she's still going to be the prosecutor for the following cases, so...
Chief Justice.
Maybe we will get Bat Luna soon. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm the director now. Anything can happen. You see, they gave me the power, and now it's everyone's problem. Alright, in all seriousness... Any other questions? I'm scrolling. Yeah, the animation is wonderful. Our animators are so talented. I love all you guys.
You guys are amazing!
If I had to commit murder, you're asking me to give up my secrets there, you know? I don't know about that one.
Can't tell you everything, Chad.
Well, Spike end up on the stand. We'll have to see. I think he'll get into anything intro sequence one day for this project. Ooh, an intro sequence? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, the recaps are intro sequence.
Yeah, that's the most that happens. If there will be another credits sequence, that remains to be seen. It's something we'll have to talk about.
I think intro sequences can work for the beginning of a case, but for everything else, it's just not really necessary.
That is a possibility. Again, we're not quite there yet. We got to get through case 3, guys. Is there an obvious piece of evidence that we overlooked? That's for you to figure out, sir.
That's for you to figure out.
Any flashbacks to Phoenix Wright? Again, I'll have to see. Any other questions before we close this out?
James, you have something in regards to this post-credit sequence.
You had to make a case for one of the show's murders. Let's see. Trixie Bear. I mean, she's already appeared, man. If I were to make a case for one of the show ponies was murdered, who would I want to kill? I mean, there's options. You really got to consider.
Don't go for the obvious one, Pretty. Don't go for the obvious one. Keep it interesting.
I think you know deep down in the cockles of your heart, darling.
Which one would hurt more? Fluttershy for sure.
You fiend!
Because it hurts, and I think it would be way more interesting to see the rest of the main 6 react to Fluttershy's death over anyone else. Like, I would miss the spice of Rainbow Dash. I'd miss the sort of, like, breaking the simple country pony of Applejack or Pinkie Pie. God, imagine what would happen to Pinkie Pie. I think killing Pinkie Pie would be too easy. Also, good luck with that. And then Rarity, I mean, it's Rarity. She's over dramatic. I would miss that too. I think Fluttershy is the most obvious option. Because, it's not that she wouldn't have an interesting reaction, it's just that would be devastating. It would get the most impact from not only the audience, but from the characters themselves. Obviously, can't till Twilight, she's an alicorn. You kind of would be hard to work that.
Even gods can die!
How do you guys balance the comedy? That's a nice one. I like that one. So, balancing comedy and drama in any series is very much a balancing act. You have to know how to get the pacing just right. It has to hit in just the right ways. For me, it's a feeling thing. Like, this is something I just did with the update video, is considering when to get dramatic, when to be funny. It's kind of like an up and down. You don't want to hold too long on one emotion, because, like imagine a piano. You press down on the key and you hold it and it just keeps playing and playing until it slowly becomes kind of a droning. It just becomes all one note. However, if I were to say every so often lift my finger from one key to another, now we're getting into a song, we're getting into a rhythm, and it's about knowing when to lift your finger off the key, knowing when something should hit. It's very much an instinct thing in my opinion, but it's also about knowing, hey, we don't want to get too heavy for too long. We don't want to get too funny for too long. A comedy is good in spurts, and drama is something that needs to be kind of sat in. And there's also, of course, other aspects of it. It's a very hard thing to explain, in my opinion. It's more something you feel. At least that's how it is for me.
Yeah, the way I've always sort of understood it, especially with Ace Attorney and Ghost Trick especially, is that it sort of works on like a pendulum almost, where it's funny, then we hang there, swings to serious, and then you hang there, back to funny again.
Yeah.
It's just finding that how long to hang there and how quickly to go back and forth, really. That's the tricky part.
When it comes to writing, it is a very, very fluid medium. You can't just kind of be like, oh, well, this is when you do this, this is when you do that. It's very much what fits the moment. When do we break the rules of when to have a joke or not for like a black comedy moment? When do we use a dramatic hit in the middle of a joke to really sting the impact? It's a very, very complicated subject that no real concrete answers, because there isn't. It's a lot of feeling.
We got a very good question from Demon Warrior. Would you put your own OCs in the series, like as background characters? I've joked more or less during my entire time in production of this series about putting my big yellow boy in somewhere, and technically he is in the background of in the audience somewhere, but at the same time explaining a random alicorn in the middle of our series, I don't think would go very well.
We've already had to do that once, so you know.
Yeah.
Would be, I mean, I'm open to having some more non-ponies because Equestria is a diverse place. However, it would be pretty difficult to put my giant fluffy lion horse known as Azure into the background because she is large, muscular, and just floof. For those who don't know, she is a Cardozoan, so she's got a very cute lion face and ears. But we have some ways, and you'll see it at various points in the series, we do have the gallery have some OCs. Sometimes we try to ponify them to get them to fit. But we see, I'm sure they're going to try and fit me somewhere because I'm the director and it's just kind of like a expected thing. Will we see them? Yeah, you probably will, and you probably already have. But of course, not every character works for every situation. Again, trying to finagle the giant fluffy one into the background is going to be a heck of a time.
Yeah. Poof. And as much as I would love to, you know, tease everyone and be like, how's there another alicorn? You'll never know! The joke would get stale quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so if you hit him in the background during case 2 anyways.
Yeah. You'll never find him.
I'm in the background in case 2 as well. I think I'm on the defense side. If you just look past Twilight, you can see me there.
You'll never find me in case 2.
Never ever. If you could rework any element of Equestria as we see it from the show, what would we rework? I assume elements of harmony. I think they're pretty perfect as is. I've taken time to kind of deconstruct them for my own projects, and I just think that they're as good as it gets. But if I absolutely was like put a gun to my head, I think it'd be nice to have an element of empathy, because empathy is a very important thing to have in relationships.
Yep.
Like, I guess generosity and kindness could technically, but I just don't feel like those alone encapsulate what empathy is and should be. Let's see.
For me, it's more of a writing thing. I would have definitive names for locations, because we had a hell of a time coming up with deciding between was it Wonderbolt Academy or is it Wonderbolts Academy? Because I've heard varying like things on that, and it just drove me completely up the wall. So I would have definitive names for places.
All right, favorite Ace Attorney case.
Ooh, favorite Ace Attorney case.
I don't know yet.
I want to play through more of the games myself. I mean, I did love, of course, the third game in the trilogy. You can't go wrong with that. And I know it's kind of like generic, I guess, but I mean, can't beat Pete. Come on. I have not played enough of games to get a full. But it's also been years. I need to replay them.
For me, it's a toss-up between either the third case of Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Turnabout Legacy, or the third case of the Great Ace Attorney 2, Resolve. Trying to remember the name of the case. It's gone. The third case in that one with where you're defending the scientist. Hairbrain.
So, would you say any of those cases inspired EOJ?
I think Ace Attorney Investigations in general has sort of inspired EOJ in that all the cases are sort of linked together, whereas before that it was a lot more episodic with sort of like a very loose through line.
Yeah.
But all the cases are a lot more, and it's something that they stuck with doing, is that all the cases would be a lot more intertwined. I don't think it's going to be to the same extent as Investigations 2, because that was some insane work done there. You can't really beat what they did with that, but
yeah, totally understandable. All right then, I think we're good on questions. Now, why are we paused? Or is it just to get questions?
Just questions.
All right then. Let's get rid of the music then, because we have a final scene to watch.
Indeed.
All right, everybody, get ready for the end cutscene, because this is the last you'll see of us for a week, unless you join the fan server.
A whole week.
Do consider joining the fan server. We have all of our fans there. We have the team, some of the staff speak in there every so often. I speak in there so often.
I'm there. I'm
Memes, events, theories channel. It's a good time. It's in the description. Go check it out. Now then, are we ready to get back to it?
Yes.
Alrighty. Let's do it.
But please, check on Headspeed.
I wonder who those footsteps could be.
No.
Oh wait, I think this is Rundoon.
I can't.
Yes, it is.
This is our Rundoon.
Rundoon is so cool. Newest VA to the team.
Did I do it?
And she is so wonderful. We miss you, Rundoon. Come back to us.
The life you deserved. Or
you're so talented.
And to be clear, she's just busy. She's around, she's just busy. We miss her.
I'm having a real life.
What's this?
She has a real life, guys. Unfortunately, we don't get to see her all the time, but when we do, it is truly peak.
To want something different.
The way this music transitions perfectly into the image on screen as well was complete by accident.
You'd be surprised how often that can happen in creating stuff where the music just lines up.
The truth is, I did it to forget.
To forget what?
So dramatic. Woo!
What the? Stella? Stella!
Stella! My voice is not quite ready for that kind of level of yet. But hey, it is what it is. And we made it! We're here! It's over! Woo! All the good things.
Indeed.
That was a heck of a DC. So I bring the music back.
This episode had everything. It had the goofs. It had the drama. It had Philo.
Philo, my beloved.
And it even had Atticus.
It's true, it didn't have romance, but, you know, eventually Philo will get a boyfriend. I'm sure. Maybe.
Sure. If he calms down.
If he calms down and gets a bath and a bed.
And tea. He doesn't need coffee. He needs tea.
Someone take away that man's supply of coffee. Alright, any final thoughts or questions? Now is the time, because once the string goes down, you will not see us unless you go in the fan server for another week.
A whole week apart.
Oh, it's so far away. Oh, whatever shall we do? Oh.
So far.
How will we ever survive?
Oh, auditions. Yes, we are hosting auditions right now. Please go check out the update video's description for that, and as well as details and yada yada yada.
Please join the audio team.
Yes, please. Nox needs a team. Barely anyone signed up. We did have a couple auditions, but we could use more because he needs a team. Video editors could also use some. I got quite a few for PR, and the Walla, of course, are blowing up. If you want a chance at joining the team at all and are willing to put in the work, are willing to learn and be dedicated to either audio or video editing, sign up for audio and video editing. It's going to be your best shot, in my opinion, if our people like what they see. We are willing to train you, please. But yes, otherwise, join the BAs through the Walla and Extras. Join the PR. I would like people to help me do my job so I can, you know, have a life again. Join the audio engineers. Join the video editors. Join!
Give Nox a team!
Give Nox a team! And yes, thank you, Cyber the Werewolf.
And learn what it means to become free. In the basement.
Yes, please share it with your friends. If you can't audition, that's also cool too. We appreciate any and all support, even if it's just a glad you're doing okay, guys. I hope the auditions are going well. I shared it, guys. We love you. All that is good stuff to us.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'm sorry. I'm breathing fine. There's just a little bit more phlegm in my lungs.
We're not dying. It's fine. We promise.
Yes, I did. I missed voicing Diamond. She's fun. But yes, any more questions? Now is your chance. I'm going to give you another minute here while I guess we wrap up our thoughts. But 3-5 is definitely dynamic, in my opinion. It's had a lot going on, and I think it, you know, managed setting things up pretty well for what's to come. And I'm very excited to share with you all 3-6 when it comes out. I think it'll be a nice lead off from here, and this was a very nice way to get Cat back up.
It'll knock your horseshoes off.
Ideally. We'll have to see. No, we cannot say how many parts. That's for you to find out.
The answer to that question is yes.
Alright, any other closing thoughts from our people?
Join the fan server.
Good.
Audition.
3-5
good.
Will there be future on Wednesdays? That remains to be seen. It's kind of dependent on when our people are available. It's kind of how I'm doing things right now. I want to make sure the most amount of the team get to be there to enjoy the episode together. They're the ones who put in the work. They're the ones coming in with their free time, volunteering, all doing this for free. They get first say what day and what time. I love you guys, and I'd love for all the fans to be there, but I want to put the team first when it comes to these releases from now on.
Yeah, we deserve it.
Especially people that obviously don't have time for a DC, just can come by and say hi.
I know it might suck for those of you who can't make it on those days, and I am sorry. I wish I could, offer more, but again, I want to put the team first. They work hard on it, they get to say. Vala voices are sort of like, extras. They're background crowds and such. They're just kind of the voices in the back.
Walla is that guy who, in the background screams out, "The aliens are here!" That's, yeah.
Though extras also can apply to potential future characters that may appear in BOJ or in the gallery, a bailiff. I have a lot of thoughts going for the future in terms of storytelling writing, especially for BOJ. So there could be a lot of opportunities for people to get characters by joining as a Walla. A Walla isn't always just, oh, well, that's where I'm going to be for the rest of the OJ, and I'm just going to be some random background character no one talks about. No, you guys are going to have a chance to audition. If anything, I'm going to give people who are on the team the chance to audition first. So our Wallas are going to end up getting first choice when it comes to like auditions. If we like their voice, they'll get it. If not, well, I guess we reach out. Let's see. Anything else? I'm doing all right. I'm just, though, if you're just joining, and we're at the end, goodness gracious me, I am recovering from over a month-long cold-turned viral infection, but I'm feeling much better. I'm taking my medication, all the fluids, resting when I can. This is the best I've been speaking in the last month, so I'm doing pretty okay, all things considered. Let's see, I saw one more question here. Where is it? What was your favorite scene this episode? I think the scene with Pinkie. All the Pinkie. Pinkie's great.
Juice box mirror.
Any future EOJ fests or other fun stuff in the server?
Yes!
Absolutely!
Indeed!
Which, it's a good time to remind everyone that there will be security work going on in the fan server. So if you see anything weird happening, don't panic. It's under control. We are not going to let we're not going to let anyone hack the server or my account. I've already Pinkie Pie proofed the door. This time, I swear.
Yep, 100%. Nothing at all is ever going to happen. Never again, never.
If I was given a chance to voice a character in another case, absolutely. I love doing voices for this series. I don't know if there will be.
Anyone else?
I don't know if I will or won't. It's dependent entirely on what characters are coming up and if I can do the voice. But I definitely will try to be giving the team a chance to voice too. Absolutely. It's who's the best voice for the role. Not, oh, I want to voice a character, I'm the director. No, I got enough going on. I don't need more on my plate. But yes, I would totally voice a character if given the chance. Let's see. Suggestions for voice acting.
Drink water.
Water is
Hydrate.
good. Practice,
Don't strain
practice,
your voice.
practice.
If it starts to feel scratchy and it's starting to hurt, take a break.
If you
Speak from the chest and not the throat. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it'll make sense once you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Use your diaphragm.
Breath control. And again,
Breath control.
Just practice. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Do lines from a script. Like from your favorite TV show or whatever. Just pull up a script online if you can find it. Just do voices with your friends. Try out for small little fan projects is a good way to get practice. That's how I practice. I mean, I also had acting experience in like high school. I did a lot of acting in plays and such. So just getting out there and doing your best. Do a voice, any voice.
It could be like this, or it's like really high pitched and nasal.
Or it could be like really deep like this, and I don't know if I can get deeper because I'm sick, but this is how it works.
Wow, that's really cute.
There are many ways of doing a voice. You're doing to make it sound like this.
But yes, a lot of it comes from practice.
Just like anyone who can be an artist, anyone can be a voice actor.
Anyone can. It's about finding the role that fits your voice.
Yeah.
But I think that should be all for now because we've answered a lot of questions. And
But don't worry, folks. We'll be back. Just you wait.
And yes, I am a little tired because, well, I'm still recovering, so I'm going to go and get some rest. As for everyone else, I hope you enjoyed this director's commentary. I hope that everything worked out well. From what I've been seeing here on the OBS, everything looks good. If there's one more question, drop it now and I'll answer it quickly. It is coming! The next episode actually is a good point. That's a great question I should end on. 3-6 coming next Wednesday, 6 p.m. EST. Wednesday. Be sure to arrive an hour early because we're going to attempt a pre-premiere live stream. I'm planning to do something a little different this time because setting up this OBS was a lot. And I'm sure I can easily handle that, but I have a fun thought and I want to attempt it. PST, I believe that is correct. I believe that is, 3 hours behind EST? 3-ish? Yeah. Point of the matter is, remember, Wednesday, 6 p.m. EST. 3-6 will release. At 5 p.m., we're looking to potentially do a very casual live stream because, well, heck, it's been a while. But as you can see, I can do it. But
she can do it.
I can do anything. I believe it's yeah, whatever that guy said. Use Google. Google will probably tell you. Unfortunately, I'm not a clock. I'm a voice actor, PR lead, director, animator, all these things and more. But I'm not a clock. But other than that, if you are interested, check out our socials linked below. They will help give you updates. We try to mix it up sometimes with where we post things and what we post. Because, you know, variety is the spice of life. The fan server is, of course, your other #1 go-to place for information. The team is generally there to talk with you, answer questions. Fan art can be posted and shared. Memes, theories can be shared. There's events and all those fun things that we're going to start getting back up again. So do go check those things out if you need to get something to get you by till the next episode release. Now, on the count of 3, let's hear a big old objection.
Oh, yeah.
My
Ready?
favorite time of the day.
3, 2, 1. Objection!
Objection! Objection!